things I missed. Here's to the place I found, the love I know, the earth and the sky that I call home. And here's to the things I believe, bigger than me, and the moment I find myself right where I'm supposed to be. It's a big old world, but I found my way from the hell and the hurt that led me straight to this. Yeah, it's a big old world, and I found my way from the hell and the hurt that led me straight to this. Here's to the trains I miss. There's a sorrow in the wind, blowing down the road I've been. I can hear it cry while shadows steal the sun. But I cannot look back now. I've come too far to turn around, and there's still a race ahead that I must run. I'm only halfway home. I got a journey on to where I'll find the things I have lost. I've come a long, long road. Still I got miles to go. I've got a wide, wide river to cross. Strayed. You can trace the tracks I've made all across the memories my heart recalls. But I'm just a refugee. Won't you say a prayer for me? 'Cause sometimes even the strongest soldier falls. I'm only halfway home. I got a journey on to where I'll find the things I have lost. I've come a long, long road. I got miles to go. I've got a wide, wide river to cross. I've come a long, long road. Still I got miles to go. I've got a wide, wide river to cross. Years for the Depression, Peter Thompson staked his claim in a little mountain town. Kenton was her name. Told everyone that was willing, steady work would be their reward. So they started making paper where the Pigeon River fords. But this ain't just another paper town on a random riverside. She was built with blood, sweat, and tears, and a whole lot of pride. From the mountains and the farmlands, around the smokestack she has grown. This ain't just another paper town, it's the one that I call home. Crashing, the mill kept going strong, while Hitler's war was raging. Everyone worked twice as long. There's been mergers and sellouts, layoffs when times got tough. Talks about pollution, then cleaning the river up. This ain't just another paper town somewhere along the tracks. She's seen her share of ups and downs and always bounces back. From the mountains and the farmlands, around the smokestack she has grown. This ain't just another paper town, it's the one that I call home. She put food on the table, cars on the highway, sent kids off to college, bound to do things their own way. Through every generation, her influence is clear. She's taken care of young and old for over 100 years. This ain't just another paper town, it's part of who I am. Molding me as a little boy so I could be a better man. From the mountains and the farmlands, around the smokestack she has grown. This ain't just another paper town, it's the one that I call home. This ain't just another paper town, it's the one that I call home. Yankee letter said that they'd be coming any day, and if you planned on getting out alive, best be on our way. Our tattered gray was torn between if we should run or fight, but our southern pride swelled up inside as we dug in for the night. Then I heard a rider calling, they're coming down the road, and the fiery flash of 20-pounders started to explode. Tried our best to stop them, our efforts were in vain. In the distance you could hear the sound of Dixie's last refrain. They're burning Georgia down, those devils dressed in blue. They took the highest. Here's to the trains I missed, the loves I lost, the bridges I burned, the rivers I never crossed. Here's to the call I didn't hear, the signs I didn't heed, the roads I couldn't take, the map that I just wouldn't read. It's a big old world, but I found my way from the hell and the hurt that led me straight to this. Here's to the trains I missed. I've been a clown, I've been a fool, and I pushed on every chance. I searched far and wide to try to crawl out of God's hand. But there's stones I didn't throw, and hearts I didn't break, and the little hope I held on to with a silver shining thread of faith. It's a big old world, but I found my way from the hell and the hurt that led me straight to this. Here's to the trains I missed. Here's to the place I found, the love I know, the earth and the sky that I call home. And here's to the things I believe, bigger than me, and the moment I find myself right where I'm supposed to be. It's a big old world, but I found my way from the hell and the hurt that led me straight to this. Yeah, it's a big old world, and I found my way from the hell and the hurt that led me straight to this. Here's to the trains I miss. There's a sorrow in the wind, blowing down the road I've been. I can hear it cry while shadows steal the sun. But I cannot look back now. I've come too far to turn around, and there's still a race ahead that I must run. I'm only half got a journey home to where I'll find the things I have lost.
Baseball University of the Blue Ridge welcomes you to the American Legion streaming series presented by Four Seasons Property Enhancements Incorporated. We're live from Mills River, North Carolina, on the campus of West Henderson High School for the North Carolina American Legion Area 4 Championship between second-seeded Cherryville Post 100 and top-seeded Asheville Post 70. Got a championship to crown tonight, a one-game championship series, Ryan.
Well, it's been since 1929 since Asheville has reached the state championship, or excuse me, state finals. They don't have to win this game. They've already got their seed for the states that start next week. However, for bragging rights, it still has been since 1929 since they've won it outright. So a lot on the line tonight, a ton of talent on this team. We'll go through those rosters here in just a little bit. But first, we want to thank tonight's sponsor, Four Seasons Property Enhancements out of Silva, North Carolina. We really appreciate them stepping up and helping us find the sponsorships we need to make this happen. Just a little bit about Four Seasons. Their mission is to create outdoor environments that blend beauty, functionality, and sustainability, catering to the unique needs and visions of each client. From lush gardens to well-manicured lawns, Four Seasons turns dreams into a reality, one landscape at a time. Their clients are at the core of everything they do. They build lasting relationships based on trust, transparency, and integrity. And they're going to take the time to understand their clients' desires, collaborating closely to turn their visions into personalized landscapes that they can cherish for years to come. So thank you again to Four Seasons Property Enhancements, again out of Silva, North Carolina. You can find them at fourseasonspropertyenhancements.com. They're also on Facebook and everyone's favorite, Instagram. Well, what are our records coming into the evening here, Hunter?
Cherryville Post 100 at 25-8 on the year. They let's see, it's got the postseason record too. So 25-8 on the year, 6-2 in the playoffs so far. And Asheville Post 70 is 24-2, 6-0, clean sweep through the first round and the semifinals.
Tell them how they got here.
So Asheville proceeded to go 16-2 in the area, clinching the Area 4 regular season championship. Cherryville Post 100 tied with Shelby, 14-4, but beat Shelby twice. So they got the 2 seed and had a very tough, emotional back and forth.
Extra innings in game 4, right?
So Shelby won game 1, 6-3, and then Cherryville stormed back game 2, 12-1 and 5, and that was, they won at opposite sides to start. And Cherryville wins the game 3 at home, 15-0.
So they started cruising.
And 5. Shelby comes back 9-6 in 9 innings.
That was a Wyatt McSwain walk-off home run. We're a big fan of Wyatt, going to Cleveland next year to be a Yeti.
And that was game 4 at Shelby, and the final game 5 at Cherryville won 3-1.
And they pulled. They took the lead early and held it in that one. That was down at Fraley Field. That is where the state championship tournament will be held this year. Is down at Buck Fraley Field. Very beautiful facility. We might be down there. So again, if you're interested in helping us find some sponsors for the states, let us know. Our boys, I think they're going to be there for 5 straight days. American Legion puts them up in the hotels. We'll see what the schedule is, but again, Area 1, 2, 3, and 4 are going to commence in an 8-game American Legion tournament.
Haven't seen a bracket yet. We asked about that today, but assuming it's like the regionals within the entire World Championship, the bracket should already be set up. There should be no seeding that's involved in it. They set it up pre this season. So right now we've clinched all 8 teams according to Tim Howard on Twitter. So Area 1's featuring Garner and Pitt. Area 2 is Blowville and Wilmington. I hope I pronounced that right.
Bolaville? Yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't know. Area 3 is Rowan and Union, and then Area 4 features Asheville Post 70 and Cherryville Post 100. So this game, a lot of people have been hearing like, "Oh, this game don't matter." I think this matters a lot to Asheville Post 70.
Yeah, Cherryville's won, I think, 5 of the last 6 Area 4 championships. You got a quote on that?
Got a lot. Thank you to Richard Walker at Carolina Sports Hub. Just going to read it verbatim. Cherryville pursues his 22nd Area 4 title against Asheville, who's never played in the Area 4 championship. Regardless of today, like we said, both teams will advance to the state tournament at Fraley.
And to clarify a little bit, that's just because back when they did go in 1929, they didn't have the areas yet.
They actually, in 1928, the first year of the North Carolina State Tournament, they were runner-up to Raleigh Post 1. And then they came back year 2 and won the state tournament. So they've been there, but it's been 100 years. Post 100 recently has won 5 of the 6 area titles dating back to 2017. I'd assume that accounts for the COVID year in the middle of it. Asheville making its first appearance in the Area 4 finals. And again, it's their best season since they were runner-ups in 1928 and the state championship in 1929. Post 70's previous best Area 4 finish was 3 semifinal appearances in 2007, 2014, and 2023. Cherryville comes into the Area 4 finals after an emotional 3-2 win over nearby rival Shelby. So appreciate Richard Walker over at Carolina Sports Hub for giving us all this info and keeping us up to date with the standings throughout the year and all the results. It's really good to have this available, and appreciate him for all his contacts.
Richard, if you're listening, make your Twitter account unlocked so I can share your posts, because sometimes you're putting some great stuff up there and I can't retweet it. It's locked. But anyway, let me tell you a little bit about Cherryville and Asheville's roster. Your starting lineup tonight, it's going to be Nate Rollins leading off. Nate will be playing shortstop. Nate headed to Bluefield State next year. Batting behind him in the 2-hole is Preston Henson. He'll be at third base. It's an Easter Rutherford Cavalier, recent state championship. He's uncommitted in the 26 class. Batting third, Evan Mateel out of East Lincoln. He's in center field. Evan is heading to, I believe it's Francis Marion next year. Tucker Sigmund behind him. Tucker, an uncommitted 2026 from Cherryville. Let me double check that. Yep, or excuse me, North Lincoln. Tucker Sigmund from North Lincoln will be playing first base tonight. Landon Jenkins behind him in the 5-hole. He's from West Lincoln. He is in right field this evening. And let's see, Landon is heading to Lenore Ryan next year. Batting 6 is Talon Dalton. Talon, I believe he is a 26 who is uncommitted as well from Cherryville. Batting 7th is Zane Williams. Zane doing the catching. I'll get back through those commitments in a little bit. Eli Black batting 8th. He's uncommitted from Crest High School in left field. Been playing a lot of first base this year too. And then in the 9-hole, Eli Webb doing the DH. And for tonight's pitcher, Kellen Carr, the Coastal Carolina commit. So let's break down this roster a little bit. One uncommitted 25, Jack Werdeman, helped North Lincoln win that state championship. Left-handed pitcher, mid-8s. Hopefully making a decision soon. 26 is to watch. Again, we mentioned Talon Dalton. Aaron Hebner is another one. He's pitched really well this year, the 2 times we've seen him. Preston Henson, we mentioned Eli Black, Tucker Sigmund, and Eli Webb. Those are your uncommitted 26s in the game for our college coaches that would take notice. And again, one uncommitted 28, that's Tyler Gates, son of the head coach at Lincolnton. Tyler showing good velocity the last time we seen him at Cherryville as well. A few JUCO guys playing in the game. Zane Williams, we mentioned earlier, out of Maiden Baseball, heading off to Catawba Valley. And Carson Cloniger, who is out of Lincolnton, heading to Caldwell, play for Coach Deaton and Coach Penny next year. Kellen Carr, we mentioned him. He's heading to Coastal Carolina, the runner-up in the national championship this year. Nate Rollins, again, out of Lincoln Charter, going to Bluefield State. Colin Chappell from Maiden, heading to Mars Hill. Landon Jenkins, we mentioned, from West Lincoln, playing for Lenore Ryan. Jacob English from West Lincoln, going to Pembroke. and then Evan McTeal. Your current college players, just one right now. It's Braden Reynolds, Cherryville grad from 2024, who's been at Mars Hill. And then Eli Newsom, also on the roster, just a Legion-only ball player. Played at Cherryville in 2024 is when he graduated. Now for Asheville Post 70 tonight. Leading off in center field will be Jordan Brown, heading to Anderson College or University next year. Behind him, Colton Nelson. In left field, the Wingate commit. Batting third, Evan Connor doing the catching, heading to Gaston. Also heading to Gaston in the 4-hole, Caden Davidson playing first base, the TC grad. Micah Simpson recently committed. We'll announce that here in just a minute. He's in right field, batting fifth. Tay Trantham at third, the 26th uncommitted, a name you got to keep an eye on, coaches. Luke Nesbitt doing the DH and batting seventh, big left-handed hitter. Carson Wallace, the shortstop, heading to Western Carolina, batting eighth. And in the 9-hole, Milligan second baseman, Reagan Smith. Doing the pitching tonight, Brady Nix. Brady has been having a great Legion season. Was watching the All-Star game highlights the other day and was watching Paul Skeen, and it finally hit me. Brady Nix moves downhill so well when you watch him pitch, just so fluid, very good momentum. He looks exactly like Paul Skeen's coming down the hill. So this is some great talent on the bench for your Asheville Cardinals. Let me pull up their roster real quick. A few other names to know. Uncommitted 26 grads. We mentioned Tay. Grant Buchanan, the other one at Brevard High School, coming on strong, left-handed hitter. A lot of JUCO in this game. Evan Connor, Caden Davison going to Gaston. Luke Nesbitt, we mentioned, is a Yeti. Brady Nix, currently at Union. Brady Ray, heading to Cleveland next year. And Eli Shin, currently at Cleveland. And then Aiden Sumner, the East Henderson grad, who's at Wake Tech. So a lot of talent on the JUCO route side. Mentioned JoJo Brown, heading to Anderson from Brevard. Hayes Hillier and Jackson Pavone, both graduating this year, heading to NC Wesleyan. Heron Smith Martin, the TC grad, heading to Sewanee, left-handed pitcher. Mentioned Colton Nelson, heading to Wingate. Deegan Randall, been giving good innings for Post 70 this year, heading to Western. Mentioned Micah. We'll talk about him in a minute. Carson Wallace, mentioned him. And then, again, Reagan Smith, our only current college player from North Buncombe.
Batting fourth and playing first base, number 20, Tucker Sigmund.
Or has been at Milligan. So just tons of talent. Lots of good uncommitted talent tonight. So we're going to go ahead and shut the mic off for a second and let our PA announcer do his thing as we have the Legion Pledge and the National Anthem coming up. If you're out there in the chat, let us know how our audio sounds. We got some new mics thanks to our sponsors. Just give us a shout. Let us know how it sounds so far. Thank you.
Tonight's designated hitter, number 27, Eli Webb. And pitching for Post 100 is number 7, Kellen Carr. Cherryville is coached by Bobby Reynolds, assistant coach Drew Reynolds, AJ Hanley, Chris Manti, and Brent Walsh. And now let's meet the players from Asheville Post 70. Number 1, Hayes Hillier.
Took my methylene blue today.
Number 5, Brady Ray.
The other day and had never heard of it.
Number 6, Grant Buchanan. Number 11, Jackson Pavone. Number 18, Deegan Randall. And number 19, Aiden Sumner. Leading off for Post 70 and playing center field, number 4, Jordan Brown. Batting second, left fielder, number 10, Colt Nelson. And catching, number 12, Evan Connor. Playing first base, number 20, Caden Davidson. Batting fifth, right fielder, number 15, Micah Simpson. Third baseman, number 3, Tay Trantham. Designated hitter, number 21, Luke Nesbitt. Shortstop, number 2, Carson Wallace. And batting ninth, second baseman, number 13, Reagan Smith. Pitching tonight for Post 70 will be number 9, Brady Nix. Asheville is coached by Chris Decker. Assistant coaches Ryan Decker, Jake Rayleigh, and Will Lindsay. If everyone would stand, gentlemen, please remove your cap for tonight's prayer, sportsmanship, and national anthem.
Let us pray. Gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for the many blessings that you showered upon us. Most of all, we thank you for allowing us to be here at the field with the American Legion, the field where we look, we see, and we say, God and country, as the motto of the American Legion always does. And we just thank you now for giving us a great evening. May it be one that's honoring and glorifying to you. And may we always be used to honor you. And thank you again for the gift of your Son that you gave for each one of us. For it's in our precious name that we pray. Amen.
Players and coaches, please repeat after me. I will keep the rules, keep faith with my teammates, keep my temper, keep myself fit, keep a stout heart in defeat, keep my pride under in victory, keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body.
Play ball. Gotta have a good play ball. That needs to be coming from the PA announcer. We need to have a talk upstairs. Anyway, again, thank you to Four Seasons Property Enhancements. I can think of a lot of ways to enhance the property, right? Hardscaping, pools, outdoor grills.
I mean, you enhance your property you were telling me about.
Yep. Made a schoolroom, trying to make a schoolroom for the
One-room
family.
schoolhouse.
You know, we homeschool the kids, 10, 11-year-olds. My daughter's 10, my son's 11, niece is 10. And, you know, Baseball University's full-time now, and it gets loud. So bought a 10 by 16 shed, and we're insulating it and turning it into a schoolroom so we can have some peace and quiet on the phone calls with all these coaches, because recruiting's crazy right now. I need as much phone time as possible. So.
I don't know if I've never met you, but I'm Dylan Oden's mom.
Oh, nice to meet you.
New River.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I just wanted to introduce you.
So you're live. So that's Dylan Oden's mom speaking in the background. Dylan, a TC Robertson grad, state champion, heading to New River to play for Coach Adcock and Coach Campbell, studying welding. And I think that when you think about college, you usually don't hear that word. But, man, I'll tell you, kids, the trades are what's in. I heard something the other day. Mike Rowe, you remember that guy? He said He said everybody went to school for computer science and all that, but then AI is taking the jobs. He said there's a need right now for over 100,000 electricians, welders, plumbers. So you heard it here, kids. You can play college baseball and go get a trade. All right, let me get this clipped in here. So Mitchell Whitener is going to be joining us a little later. Really excited to get Mitchell on. Mitchell coached the Haywood County Legion back in the mid-2010s when Cal Raleigh was the Area 4 Player of the Year. Mitchell, very good friends with the Raleigh family, so he's going to tell us some Cal stories. It's been a good week for Western North Carolina baseball and Seattle Mariners related news. We'll have that graphic here in a little bit as well. But Braden Korn, Dusty Rivas, those are some names you might remember. Dusty graduated from McDowell High School, played for Coach Smith. Braden played at North Henderson High School, played for Coach King. Both of them drafted by Seattle this week. And let's bring our attention here to Brady Nix again. Brady heading back to Union for another year, moves downhill so fast, so clean. You heard me in the pregame. I see a little bit of that Paul Skeens downhill movement in Mr. Nix. Nice, clean delivery there on the slurve. A few weeks back, interviewed him post-game. Asked him, what is that, slider, curve? He's like, I don't know. Slurve? I'm like, we'll call it that. All I know, it's been getting outs. However, Cherryville, smart team. I'm sure they've been scouted a little bit, playing them twice so far this year. They know Brady's mix. Brady still probably has to mix in that third pitch to help diversify a little bit. Nice swing there by Rollins. Hard base hit single to lead off this game. Again, Nate heading to Bluefield State next year to play for Scott Considine. Coach Considine in his second year at Bluefield State. Took over the program when Drew Bailey headed up
now
to
third baseman, number
Concord,
15, Preston
another
Henson.
D2 up in West Virginia. I believe Bluefield State is an independent HBCU, so I don't know if they have a conference right now. But some of you players up there need to look into West Virginia D2 baseball. Mountain East would be a conference for many of you to take a peek at. Because West Virginia, beautiful, but I tell you, they don't have enough high school baseball players there to fill all those D2s. Charleston, Davis Elkins, Concord, Shepherd. Shepherd might actually be in they might be in the PSAC, the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. I got to check that out. Bat now, Preston Henson, big Henson fan. His name showed up on some of our content mid-season. We did our state games predictions, state games rosters, and Henson was a name that we put on there. We like the way he plays baseball at East Rutherford for Coach Drew Reynolds. And you got to love the Rutherford connection here. East Rutherford, Drew Reynolds, head coach for East Rutherford, takes the back seat, assistant coach job for Cherryville, gives the head coach job back to his father, Bobby Dell, who's had that job for a long time. Bobby used to be the head coach at East Rutherford, now the assistant, right? So gotta love that father-son connection. Nice pitch there. Again, Henson showed bunt again, but when you see that slurve, as tight as it is, it looks like a pearl heading right at your left shoulder. And zips right back over the plate for strike two. So again, it's Rollins at first after the leadoff single. I was a little worried about the weather heading in. Saw some reports for rain today. Dancing lead there by Ron. Oh, so Henson still squaring with 2 strikes. Pulls back last millisecond. Peeled down to first, so he did pull it back, so 2-2 count. Square again here? I mean, you gotta like that gritty baseball, trusting your guys. Deep breath by Nix, long hold, kicks, delivers. Nice fight on that slurve. And again, this is what I was telling you there a couple minutes ago. High 8s, touching 9 fastball. Devastating slurve. But without that third pitch, probably going to profile more as a relief arm with this stuff. But if you can get that changeup or a split or something down, maybe add another curveball like a spike or something. Because Good hitters are going to pick up on that and look for certain tendencies. Getting no better stuff in the mountains right now. I think Brady Nix, if he stays on trajectory, he's working hard. There could be some pro potential down the road. Double play opportunity here. Wallace to Smith. Little slow in the exchange. Nice pick by Caden Davison at first base. 6-4-3. Bases cleared. 2 outs. So a little slow, a little deep in the glove on Wallace there, but gets it to Smith. Good hands by Smith. Again, as a second baseman, you're coming with both those hands at your chest. Big target. That ball is up near his bill, the cat. Good adjustment by Smith. Makes the turn and gets a pretty quick runner in Henson by half a step there. Again, Caden Davidson on the receiving end of that. Caden playing pretty good third base this year, too. I don't know if he logged any third base for Coach Philippek at TC this year with Swangam, Parham on the left side of the infield there. Again, Zeke Atwater is another good infielder for TC Robertson. But Caden has moved around a little bit between, from corner to corner, and he's looked really good at third base. I think he could handle the position for a while in college. So I think that helps with the versatility when he's trying to get his ABs at Gaston next year. You made the comment that he's pretty much a right-handed version of his brother's swing.
Definitely.
So you had the luxury, you've been around a little bit to see some good baseball players come up. I moved here in late 2014. Again, and you don't jump right into the scene. I had to kind of get my feet wet. But you were showing me some pictures. Oh, strike 3 to Mathilde, backwards K, Brady Nix. Sort of a 1-2-3 inning, but scoreless after the single by Rollins. We'll get back to that. Hunter was showing us some pictures of Cal Raleigh and Ryan Decker back in the mid 2010s, so maybe you'll be able to pull that up here. Again, thank you to Four Seasons Property Enhancements. Much appreciated for the sponsorship this evening. For you folks out there listening, if you need any backyard projects done, hardscaping, landscaping, building an outdoor deck, grill, hop on their website. A lot of good pictures. Instagram as well. I think Instagram actually fits well for these companies because you were saying Instagram's all about the pictures, right? And I get excited about block work and like garden, digging gardening walls and things like that. And there's a lot of good pictures up on the Four Season Property Enhancements Facebook page. So we encourage you to hop in there and take a look. Well, let's go ahead and make the announcement for Mr. Simpson. What do you say?
I'm down with it.
So some of y'all probably follow Micah on Instagram and X. If you hadn't heard, Micah made his commitment this week to UNC Wilmington. Purposely made 2 announcements. I don't know if you uploaded both, but I did 2, a pitcher and a hitter. Because, again, if you don't have it, whatever, I'm going to put it on Twitter tomorrow. Because he is going to 2-way still, folks. UNC Wilmington is still going to bring him in to swing the bat, play outfield, and, of course, he's an amazing crossfire left-handed pitcher. So, UNC Wilmington, congratulations. Micah Simpson, we'll throw those up on Twitter tomorrow. We got a pitching and a hitting graphic. For y'all kids that need some help in your college recruiting process, give us a call. The broadcast, Micah said, was very influential on the process, allowing some of those coaches to tune in and evaluate him live. So that was the goal with what we're trying to build here at the high school broadcast, the Legion broadcast, is allow our college coaches to connect with players without necessarily having to leave and drive 3, 4, 5 hours. So on the bump tonight, big name here, recent state champion from North Lincoln, Kellen Carr, the Coastal Carolina commit. Coastal made an amazing run this year, losing to LSU.
Leading off for post 7.
The finals.
Number 4, Jordan Brown.
Again, I worked with their hitting coach, Matt Schillen, for about 4 or 5 years when I used to work for Baseball Factory back in the 2000s, 2005, 2009. Best hitting coach I ever came across. I had given up college ball sophomore year when the arm was just hurting and, circumstances. But I started playing semi-pro ball my senior year of college, or after my senior year of college. And then for about 3 or 4 years, I was working at Baseball Factory. And Matt Schillen basically taught me how to hit. So I gave up pitching and was able to swing the bat, make a couple all-star teams in the South Penn League. And I credit that to Matt Schillen and just working with him in the back in the cages and at Baseball Factory in those years. A lot of it was really just overhearing it, watching them do lessons, things along those lines. But, well, Jordan Brown starts us off here with a 6-3. And then Colt 4-5. Colt Nelson up to the plate, left-handed swinger, gonna be a bulldog. Tough matchup here, lefty-lefty. So there's our first look at Carr. Ooh, it's a tight little cutter slider there. So I got the radar gun. We'll walk back there here in a minute and see what he's sitting at. Oh boy, didn't miss much there. I'll be right back, Hunter. Let's see what it is.
Foul ball into the Cherryville dugout. Evens it at 2-2. Good crowd tonight. It's a packed house out here, looking like a good Friday night high school game. Assume a lot of folks from Cherryville made the ride up, and Nelson, hard line drive at shortstop.
It's 86.
Grabs it, shuffles through, and throws him out for the second out. Excuse me.
6. So 86 on the fastball and mid-7s on the curveball slider there. Tight, so two 6-3s here to start. We'll go back out. Let's see, these arms get juicy second, third inning. So Evan Connor up, the con man, been having a great high school season, great Legion season. At one point, we were like 2/3 of the way through the season. Kid was batting 850. On-base machine. I think a lot of that high average, there it is again. Another base hit, just sinks into it, stays on plane. But Evan has probably made, again, I've mentioned a few times on the broadcast, he had that coming out game versus Wes Henderson 2 seasons ago on this field, 2 home runs against Truett Manual. Throws are starting to get a little straighter. He's always been a great defensive catcher, just looking for that fish line throw, and he's starting to really put it on the bag. But that high average really comes because he has a lot of 1-for-1 games, 2-for-2, 0-for-0 we even saw this year at one point because he's constantly drawing walks, taking the hit by pitch with that big old shoulder pad or elbow pad. So with 2 outs here, Caden Davison. And Caden, younger brother to Braxton, former Atlanta Braves farmhand. Hunter mentioned it. He looks exactly like his brother's stance, except right-handed. And he is 1-for-1 on the season, batting left-handed with a double. So Caden Davison has left-handed pop, but just more comfortable from the right side. Nice take right there. It's a very tough take. Again, think about where that ball is tunneling, and that is a late breaking cutter or slider that Carr is throwing there. Hard line drive, almost a replica of Connor's hit. So back-to-back singles like Connor and Davidson. Both going to be Gaston Rhinos next year. And here's the man of the hour, Micah Simpson. Again, our recent UNC Wilmington commit, Captain Clutch.
Micah Simpson.
Big fan of Micah. It's funny when you talk to Micah. It's hard to remember you're talking to a teenager. He's very professional in the way he goes about his business. Captain Clutch, King Clutch. He's had more big hits than James Brown, so kid just hits. As far as pitching goes, we might see him in this game. All hands on deck. He might be first out the bullpen tonight, depending on the pace of the game and the performance of Knicks. Connor at second, you got to watch him. He actually behind JoJo Brown. I think he's your next highest stolen base total for Legion this year. And I can see him eyeing up Carr right now, especially with his back to him. Think about back to third base. Can he get an extra step? Shortstop Rollins doesn't necessarily have a tight hold on him there. Second baseman Dalton off the bag as well. 1-2 count. Fights off the offering. What was that pitch? Is that off speed or is that a fastball? So 1-2 count. We'll do that again. Again, for y'all out there in the chat, I think Hunter has enabled the super chat. So if you want to be the first ever super chat participant in the history of Baseball University, we ain't going to say no to donations. Again, that's a big part of our model is we're trying to find a crowdfunding model to create college recruiting opportunities moving forward, less money out of the parents and players' pockets. So joining the Patreon or shooting us a super chat is much appreciated. If you're watching the game out there, send out the link to your friends and family. The hope was that this might be the first game that we can get over 1,000 views on. Strike 3 called. So 2-2 pitches there. Both innings, both half innings end with the K looking. Good threat. 2 hits, scoreless after 1. It's going to be Tucker Sigmund, Landon Jenkins, and Talon Dalton to lead off the second.
Well, stay connected to Baseball University of the Blue Ridge across all platforms. Like and subscribe on YouTube right now, youtube.com/@bbuniversitywNC. There's 84 of y'all watching. It'd be great if y'all hit that like and subscribe button all together, and we could probably get maybe a couple hundred new subscribers. Like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. I saw Ryan posting some of the stuff in some of the local groups popped up on my feed the other day. It was really cool to see the engagement from the local communities, and that's what American Legion baseball is all about. That's what Baseball University is all about. So give us a like on our Facebook. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at @BBUniversityWNC. Ryan's a big proponent of the X Twitter sphere, constantly on it, seeing his stuff all the time. Sometimes they'll just pop up in my feed when on some other channels that I'm not even using. And he doesn't really like the Instagram, but he's got a knack for it. He just got to get an iPhone. Like using the Android,
I don't know. I'm trying to find an intern. Give me an intern that can take this from me. I don't want to hold this phone anymore.
But yeah, you're doing a good job on Instagram. A lot of cool graphics. A lot of the players in the high school season shared it. So you give us a follow on the X and the Instagram, and as well as check out the website baseballu.org. Ryan's got all the testimonials, a list of all the commitments, my info, his info, if you want to get in contact with us, the whole shebang. We'll profile some of the events he's got listed on there later on, but list of the events that we do. So check out all the social medias, Baseball University of the Blue Ridge, BB University WNC, across all the handles. Appreciate you guys staying connected.
Man, laser beam throw there by Connor right on the bag. So everyone's looking sharp. Brady Nick's out for a second inning of work. We'll let him get a batter deep, and we'll go read
Everyone's
the radar gun.
See Coach Philipek over there in the first base dugout. Pete Zamplis over there from the Asheville Lightning. Everyone's covering today.
Number 20, Tucker Sigmund up.
I'll have to get Pete over here and talk about his recent trip to Detroit. He saw Screwball face off against Cal. Posted some photos from that trip.
Swing and a miss, just lightning. Sigmund out on 3 pitches. Yep. All right, let me go get the radar on him. I'll be right back.
Now batting right fielder, number 26, Landon Jenkins.
Landon Jenkins up for post 100. Takes the first pitch strike. Batting .351 according to Carolina Sports Hub is we got a fly ball short into shallow left center and it falls out of JoJo Brown's hands. Great diving play, but just couldn't corral the ball in the glove through the roll.
So bloop single. 89 on the fastball. So I'm telling you, 89-90 today for Brady. 78 on the slurve.
Second baseman, number 1.
We'll get back out there in a minute. Talon Dalton now up. Talon uncommitted in that 26 class.
Leading hitter for post 100 according to Carolina Sports Hub, batting .440. It'd be nice if all the legions around the area 4 would have some kind of conglomerate of stats to use. Baseball Reference, something like that.
Talon, a Cherryville Ironman during the high school season.
Go Ironman.
Long hold for Nix again. Delivers. Swing backside. That ball might get through the gap. Nope. Cut off by Simpson. Throw going to come into second. It's going to hold him to a single. Backside. Safe at first. So there's a bang, bang. We're going to watch the replay and see exactly how close it was. First and third now. So Cherryville threatening. First runner to make it to third base today. Here in the top of the second. So number 7 hitter, Zane Williams.
Number 9, Zane Williams.
Zane just graduated from Maiden High School. Zane going to be playing for Coach McDonald,
That was
Coach
close.
Rayner, Coach Dudley at Catawba Valley next year. Stout, strong. Probably not trying to do too much here.
Ooh, hits him.
And that ball hits him. Right? Yep, HBP, and he'll be heading down the first base, so base is loaded now.
18, Eli Black.
And that'll bring 2026 uncommitted Eli Black to the plate. Eli plays for Crest High School, plays for Coach Adam McFarland, all-conference player, big, strong athlete, wants to study exercise science, kinesiology. Very good student, 4.2 GPA, I believe. Had a couple coaches peeking in on Eli, talking about Eli. Eli loves hunting and fishing, you know, so he's pretty open in his process. Probably trying to stay on the East Coast, but he's been looking northeast a little bit, Midwest, and obviously local options too. Backside, it's going to hook or slice foul, sorry. So gets on plane, a lot of strength. Still needs to probably create a little bit more loft in his swing to get more of the home run aspect going, but does have over the fence pop. 1-1 count here. And Nick's going from the windup as well. Woo! This is in there. Connor's going to have to block up big here with runners able to get big secondaries. Going from that windup, 2-2 count. Big pitch here coming from Nick. See what he goes with. Ooh, nice location. Tried to get Black to chase the high fastball. What's your count?
We got 3-1.
3-1. Okay. So
He's got 3-1.
Yep, my bad. So 3-1 count. Nowhere to put him. Nick's delivering. This is high, and the first run of this game will be scored on a base on balls RBI for Eli Black. So Jenkins trots in.
Designated hitter, number 27,
Dalton the third,
Eli
Williams to second. Pitching mound visit.
No mound visit sponsors today, but a good thing to go back on that play at first. I want to mention that. Just the action was catching up with us, moving at a quick pace. Those type of plays when you've got 3 umpires, and traditionally with no runners on, you've got the umpires covering the corner bags going down the field. You know, the first play is fair foul. But then when you got a runner on first, the third base umpire moves into the field of play to cover the play at second for a double play there. And when they all twist around, you could see it on the broadcast that the first base umpire comes to home, home moves to third, third is up at second, and everyone kind of twists over because that's the last priority play at first.
Right.
Probably
so
not going to happen 9 times out of 10, but that was the 1 time out of 10.
The umpire is the closest umpire is 90 feet away.
Yeah, and you can't make a call from 90 feet away. Not that close.
9-hitter here, the DH Eli Webb. Again, only 1 out here, bases loaded. Another double play ball would be ideal. I'm sure Coach Decker's probably telling him, like, just fill the zone, because this is where you just don't want to let the game. I was going to say, you just don't want to let the game get away from you too early. You just make your pitches. So, unfortunately, got the ground ball. Throw came home from Davidson. It's going to be an E3 on the throw, allowing the run to score. So 2-0 quickly here. Zane Williams the third, Eli Black the second, Eli Webb on first now. So base is still loaded. Again, might have had time too on a good throw to whip it right back to first base for the unconventional 3-2-3 double play. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. So there's an opportunity now for Cherryville to put a crooked number up. With only 1 out. Nix's pitch count coming up just a little bit. How are we looking on everything for the most part? Starlink cooperating?
Mm-hmm. Aside from the usual.
Yeah. Say the Bermuda Triangle of Haywood Road over here on this side of Henderson County. Say Starlink making these possible. We tried to do some broadcasts last year when it was just me and the iPad in 2024. It was disastrous. Could not get a signal, and that game was pretty much a wash. Two count here. Again, back to the top here, Nate Rollins. Slow bounder, picked up by Trantham, comes home for 1, and that's all they're going to get. Excellent play by Trantham coming in to get the short hop there. So fielder's choice for Rollins. Zane Williams out on the 5-2. Black moves up, Webb moves up. So 2 outs now, bases still loaded. Preston Henson grounded into a double play in the first inning. Swing and a miss at the slur. Nice block up by Evan Connor back there. Blocking up. So bases loaded.
Number 15,
Anything
Henson.
that gets past the catcher is probably going to score a run here. Nick's going from the windup. Black runs well for a big guy. Probably about 7'3" on a 60. Football player as well. Ooh, missing out. Just by a bit. 1-1. No argument from Nick. Just gets the ball back. 1-1 delivery. Ooh. Must have just hopped over the top of the zone. Evan Connor gives the hand signal to Coach Decker that yes, it was up. And 2-1 delivery. Big pitch here. Don't want to get the 3 balls again. It's a foul. And it will get out of here. Back up under the hill. Well, Hunter, Major League Baseball starts up again tonight.
Braves are already off to a 1-0 lead in bottom first.
Say it's kind of do or die time for the Braves and the Orioles.
Oh, that's way over.
You never know.
However, they did make a move. Did you see that? Dame Dunning coming over from the Rangers. Excited for that.
Swing and a drive by Henson. That ball is hooking. A dive, and it is down. The runners are going to keep on running here. A bases clearing double for Preston Henson. Got the barrel out and just flicked it down that left field line. Had enough on it to be just past the outstretched dive of Colton Nelson out there. 3 RBI double breaks this thing
30, Evan
wide open here. So big old crooked number here in the second. Cherryville trying to show their dominance that they have had over this league for the past 6-7 years. So a lot of time for the Cardinals to come back in this game. Wild pitch there is going to allow Henson to move up. So again, Nick's not pitching a bad game here, but showing a little bit of frustration for sure. But I think Coach Decker's got to go out there and say, look, kid, I know this ain't exactly how you thought this game was going to go. However, we've put up double-digit runs several times in this game or in this season. So if we can just get out of this inning and put up zeros the rest of the game, 5 runs ain't nothing for post 70. Looks like we are going to see a pitching change, though. It's going to be Deegan Randall for Brady Nix. Coach Mitchell Whitener in the house. How you doing?
Good, man.
I think Hunter's probably going to hand you a mic here. Well, we were talking in the pregame a little bit about how you used to be the head coach for the Haywood County Legion. Was that 45? What's their number up there?
47.
47. Well, tell, just real quick, tell people a little bit about your baseball background, like your connection to the area, and then we'll kind of jump into your Legion connections from the past.
So I graduated from Tesco in 2004. Went to play junior college baseball at Wilkes Community College. Was there until 2007, I believe. Started coaching there shortly after. Been coaching there, then moved back to Western North Carolina. Coached 1 year at Swain County High School as an assistant. Caleb McConnell, close personal friend, went to school with him. Him and Eric McConnell convinced me to come back to Tuscola. Worked as an assistant for 1 year on varsity for 1 year. Took over the JV program as the head coach and coached that for 3 or 4 years. Can't even remember. It's been so long ago. Took over Tuscola in 2015. That's about the same time I took over the Legion program in Haywood County. And then left there, coached Waynesville Middle School for about 3 years. Then coached at Cross School for 3 years. Then returned back to Tuscola this past year.
Fly ball left field, Colton Nelson in on it. Took an interesting route, but makes the catch for route number 1. So, yeah, as you can tell, folks, this man has coached a lot. We met first, I think we first ran into each other when you were at Waynesville, actually. I was on Apple Valley.
Remember that game?
Oh, I do remember that game.
I do.
We were in it for a minute. That's we'll leave it at that. So Legion baseball, I know you're probably glad to see, you coach a lot of these kids out here, but glad to see it thriving again. But take us back in time a little bit. Cal Rowley's name obviously all over the sports news world, and feels a little weird, being from West North Carolina and probably knowing that family so well and seeing him perform this week. So kind of, talk a little bit about your relationship with Cal and that family, the Raleigh family, and then kind of bring us back to the Legion days a little bit and tell us about what separated him as a player.
Yeah, so I first met Cal in 2014. I think he was a sophomore. Kind of like I guess if you watch the Home Run Derby and you've seen T, his brother, who was catching during the Home Run Derby, T was actually built a lot like Cal, just a lot taller. Cal was probably about 6 foot, 6'1", just kind of string bean a little bit, but got to coach him for. Yeah, so got to coach him.
You can see
as an
T in
assistant.
that picture,
Yeah.
though. Yeah,
Oh,
you guys
you
guys
Raleigh.
can't see
That's
it,
T.
but we're
Raleigh.
looking at a picture from 2014.
Yeah, that's probably about that time frame.
And T left-handed swinger too.
Switch hitter, switch hitting catcher, just like Cal. It's kind of in the family. But anyhow, when I took over the program in 2016, that was actually one of my very first phone calls, was to make sure that Still was going to have Cal around, because he definitely was like the heartbeat of that team, I guess you could say. Of course, the players all flocked around Cal as far as his leadership skills and how he just managed the game. Um,
I feel like we saw a lot of that in Brody when we were at Christ
yeah,
School
for
too. I mean, I
sure.
just really,
It's I tell you what, the Raleigh family. I mean, that's just a pedigree of baseball. Um, if you look at from Brody to T to Cal to Todd to Matt, I mean, Brody, of course, his dad Matt is regarded as one of the greatest hitters that's ever played at Western. Of course, Todd was no slouch himself while he was at Western. Of course, they learned under the legendary coach Jack Leggett. So, like, they come from a great background, very good family, uh, very humble family, and that's the one thing that I take away from all of them is no matter good, bad, 4 for 4, lose a game, they're pissed off at the world. If they go 0 for 4, team wins, they're as happy as could be. Just that's the type of people that they are.
swinging a foul here by Nesbitt. You said something to me when we were at Christ School. Me and Brody were talking on the bus one day, and you were talking about how during Legion season you were looking over at Cal, and he had pulled out a journal and was like flipping through all these pages. Like, talk a little bit on his
So
note taking.
it was actually very ironic that we're sitting here watching Asheville and Cherryville play because it was on the way to Cherryville to play a Legion game, and he had faced one of the pitchers for Cherryville in previous years of Legion, and Cal had a notebook that dated back years, um, and all of a sudden he starts flipping through pages and kind of asked him what he was doing, and he was like, "Man, if I see this kid pitch, I just want to know, like, in this count, this is how he tries to pitch to me. This is where I had success. This is where he had success." And it translates to his pro game as well. Like, he's probably one of the most prepared players day in, day out as to like what he's about to face. If you listen to the pitching staff for the Mariners, they all praise him for how prepared he is and just how vital to their success he is. So
Yep.
he's just a student of the game. I mean, you hear coaches talk about the game within the game, and if there's ever been a player that I've been around and witnessed, um, he definitely lives up to that statement.
So 2 Ks here back to back. Kellen Carr dialed in right here, and another 1-2 count here to Wallace. Speaking of Western Carolina Catamounts, Wallace heading to Cullowhee next year. Swinging another foul. One thing, again, met Todd. Obviously spent a lot of time around Brody. One thing I noticed about them is, like you were saying, it's very team oriented, not a lot of ego, pretty humble family. How's Cal doing with the attention? You know what I'm saying? Because he seems like a guy that's like just like just one of the boys, and now all of a sudden he's got a freaking porta potty deal.
Yeah, so
he's all over TV.
So like for him, it's he's not one that likes the spotlight. I guess you would say he's not going to shy away from it, but he's also not one that wants like everything about the team to be drawn away. He doesn't want it about him, and so like even just reaching out, I've messaged him a couple of times, and we've talked just very briefly. But usually it's 3 or 4 days after I've messaged that he gets back in touch with me, and I've had a couple of people that ask me about that, and I tell them all the same thing. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, just got to let him be. He's one of those that he's very routine based. He's very, very humble, and he's not trying to make anybody mad by ignoring them, but it's also he just wants to go about his business and kind of do what he needs to do. So for any of you out there that's trying to get a hold of him. Obviously, just be patient.
Now, do you remember where you were when he hit that home run that put Seattle into the playoffs? Because that was like one of the funnest things to watch as far as the
so
replay goes.
I was pretty much just at home. I'm wanting to say, what's up, man? So I actually was just at home and pretty much was just like, if there's ever been a player born for this moment, here he is. Again, I guess the best video out right now is when he was 8 years old, saying he was the home run derby champion, and of course that came true this week. So if there's, once again, when I say prepared, whether it's notes, visualization, just the dreaming about it, he's put himself in just about every situation you could imagine being in as a player. And so, like, when that moment comes, it's kind of just another day to him. It's nothing any more than that.
I just remember thinking after that home run, I was like, he will never have to buy a drink
Yeah.
in Seattle ever again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially now.
Yeah, it's good for our area too. We were talking about the draft a little bit in the pregame. Like, Seattle obviously has some focus out here. You saw Dusty Rivas.
There's a lot of Western North Carolina guys getting some attention from him, so he's definitely brought that attention.
Yep. Dusty Rivas, Braden Korn, the McDowell and North Henderson grad getting drafted by the Seattle Mariners. The young man out of App State. I think they took a couple Gaston or guys that were at Gaston, so they definitely have their eyes on North Carolina. One thing I noticed, I sent in a 2-1 count here for Randall. Yeah, it looks like Randall's creating a little stability here. Fly ball out to Brown. 3-1 count here now to Jenkins. On the backside, it's going to send Micah Simpson. We're going to see the numbers. Yep, off the wall. It's going to be a stand-up double for Jenkins. So Cherryville came to play today. So we'll see if Asheville can hold this at 5-0.
Second baseman number 1, Talon.
One thing I want to ask you too. I mean, it's been a long time since you heard Legion baseball in Asheville as far as like prominence and playing well. I think 2014 might have been last year they were conference champions. 1929 was last time they went to states, I believe. What would you like to see happen with Legion baseball in this area? How do you think that could change the dynamic for not just the college, like how does it become a college recruiting mechanism, but also player development? I think that's key word there, key phrase, player development compared to the travel baseball scene.
Yeah, I mean, in the last, of course, I know Haywood ended in 2017, I believe, was the final year. Of course, I'm not real sure about Hendersonville.
Two years ago, I think.
2 years ago,
2 or 3.
So the biggest thing that I've noticed is, of course, Showcase is really. I think most people out there have this viewpoint that it's just so much better. When you look at the overall concept of like team atmosphere, building relationships, like I'm sitting here watching this game and, both these guys from Asheville, Deegan and Brady, both, I mean, they're upper 80s.
High 80s, touching 9.
They're touching 9, maybe even low 9s. And you're just not going to see that on a regular basis. Even the pitcher for Cherryville, I've not seen a radar gun rating on him.
86 early, but I do need to get back out there.
But like, good body. You see a lot of Division I type talent. I know that in this market, it's getting harder and harder. But you just see collegiate athletes all across the field. So I feel like it's here. I feel like it just needs to be pushed more on the national market. I was talking to Caleb McConnell there the other day at Camwood Bats, and we were discussing about like when we came through, we had never even heard of Legion baseball, and I think it's just about the Legion people and commissioners, whether it's the Area 4 across the state, nationally, whatever, just kind of putting themselves out there just a little bit more, trying to draw more attention, because I can honestly say in 2015 when we won the Area 4, went to state with Cal and that group of players, like it was one of the funnest summers I've ever been a part of as a coach. Talking with Brett Baldwin, former D1 athlete at App State, um, you know, they all say it. They're like that was the funnest summer of baseball that they ever played, whether it was travel ball, showcase, whatever. I think once you start getting surrounded by guys that play at that level and everything, it just makes it fun. Makes it very competitive.
It's about to get real competitive here because it's 5-0. You got a Coastal Carolina commit. You got to try to chop a few runs on. This is interesting. So good ending there by Randall. Strikes out Dalton and Williams. 5-0 is our score here heading to the top of the third. Quick shout out for the Patreon. Again, we're trying to build the crowdfunding model. Patreon.com/BV University WNC. The more financial support that we can receive, the more coverage of Western North Carolina baseball we can bring you. Again, we tried to do a Patreon-a-thon the other day. I think we got one extra member. I'm gonna refer again to my buddy, Mr. Surrett. That's Braden Surrett's father. Braden came out to one of our prospect filmings the other day. His dad is a bassist for Balsam Range, a mountain music band out of Haywood County, and they use Patreon in such a way. They have a radio show on a Wednesday, right? And if they have 45,000 people tune in and all pay $1. Think about that revenue, right? I'm not saying we're going to get 45,000 members, but hey, Western North Carolina, can we get 1,000 members for $5 each? Think about what that extra revenue could do. We could hire help, buy better equipment. The goal is to one day be able to just run all these filmings and showcases without having to charge $1. So we'll see what happens. Again, we got Mitchell Whitener here with us. Say former coach of everywhere. I think one program you didn't mention there, but that Golden Spikes program that you used to run, Colt, Evan, both on this team, played for you. Anybody else on this team?
Not that I can think of right offhand. I'm pretty sure that's the only two.
But I think you did a really good job trying to survive in the travel market and still bring a player development model. And I think that's kind of my pitch to the area is like, hey, if you're one of our better showcase team coaches out there, like how can you get with your Legion people and maybe make a hybrid? Because that's kind of what I'm trying to help push it towards for post 70, especially if we can get that junior Legion team started next year. Is can we make a hybrid team where we can continue to bring that team on the road to certain tournaments or keep them together in the fall to play against junior colleges? If Legion's willing to front the bill on a lot of these projects, I mean, you're looking. And again, I think families are still going to probably have to pay a little out of pocket if we did something like that. But if everybody's paying $500 as opposed to, I mean, what are you hearing right now? $3,500, $5,000 for a showcase team.
Most of not here to name drop, but you hear these showcase programs 35, 2,500, whatever it is, and that, I mean, it's pretty outrageous. Where you can come play Legion, obviously.
Senior Legion's free still.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you'll run across Legions that may want to charge you for a jersey or whatever if they give you the jersey at the end of the season, but otherwise, I mean, it's pretty well taken care of. And once again, just the quality of baseball. I think if you really wanted to try and merge them together to work the right way, I think that Legion games probably should be try to be played Monday through Thursday Monday through Friday, leave the weekends available. That way, if players wanted to hit the showcase scene, they still have that availability. Of course, I've been out of it for a few years, so I don't really know what the rulings are anymore.
I mean, that's the thing is I'd like to be able to take, again, just take these Legion teams to those tournaments.
Oh yeah, I mean, for sure. Like you take his Asheville team, for example, and just watching this Cherryville team for the first time. You put these two teams on the travel ball circuit or the showcase circuit, like they're going to be able to go hold their own. They're going to compete, and they're probably going to win their fair share of tournaments. Honestly, only because there is that camaraderie. I think the model is broken for the most part, though, when you start talking about showcase, as far as like you really discuss the player development. Like it seems like now the model is let's go play 4 games a week and never practice, and the players pretty much just left up to their own to kind of do what they need to do. You talk about the Golden Spikes days, for example. We always had a model where we said, however many games we play, we're going to double our practice time. So if we play 30 games, we're going to have 60 practices.
Oh, chopper here from Brown. Let's see. Preston Henson, nice play at third. Quick release.
So out of the 60 practices, they were also required one personal training lesson, regardless of who their trainer was. Some of them worked with me, some worked with Caleb McConnell, whoever. I really didn't care. So when you look at by the time they got into tournament season, typically we would be 20 to 30 practices in. Typically about 15 individual private workouts with a trainer. So when we hit the travel ball scene, like we didn't have to worry about any kind of early season rust or anything like that. We pretty much hit the ground running from.
I'm sure
from first pitch.
You're probably running the teams that don't even practice.
Yeah.
Colton Nelson here, 1-1 count. New pitcher. So I don't know if y'all picked up on that, but different lefty. That's Jack Werdeman, also of North Lincoln. This is the 25. It's still not committed. I don't believe so. It was mid-8s when we saw him at Cherryville regular season. But man, to pull your big gun like that, I guess he might be on a pitch count. And again, you got to think a kid like that might be reporting to school soon too. Kellen Carr. Actually, kind of shocked he might be still here.
Yeah.
Oh, did he? Please tell me that's over the fence. If not, it's going to be a fence rattler. It's up against that wall. 1 run in. Colton Nelson with an RBI double. Thought he had it there, but hits on the warning track and then up against the fence. But extra base pop from Colton.
Now batting catcher number 12, Evan.
Breaks the goose egg, 5-1. Brings former Tuscola teammate Evan Connor back up. You've known Evan a long time. I still refer to that game here against West Henderson 2 years ago, 2 home runs against Truett Manuel. That was his coming out party. Sophomore year, 250 hitter. Junior year, about, I'd say, 2/5 into the season, he just busted out. And then this year, he's otherworldly. Defensive game picked up a lot this year, especially on the arm. I think Gaston's going to be a good place for him to get challenged. He's going to have to compete for the first time in a while for the starting job. I saw Caden Zolo transferred into Gaston a couple weeks ago. Had a really good year at Caldwell last year, the rare JUCO to JUCO transfer. So he will have a little competition there with the Rhinos. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Werdeman. Yeah, I think I've been told that Werdeman's high academic, so I'm not exactly sure what he's looking for college, if it's going to be a high academic 4-year or go the JUCO route. And he pitched well, Asheville at Cherryville. But in that game, he made 3 E1s. Do you remember that game? That was Micah Simpson and Wardeman were show. You know, it was a good showdown. Mid-eights, lefties. But Asheville took the lead in that game via the unearned run. Nice pitch. Nice take. I mean, that was about as nice on both ends as you can ask for right there. So, is it fair to say Evan Connor had the best eye in Mountain 7 baseball?
Yeah, I mean, how many times you would find him in a hitter scout would be ridiculous. Very disciplined at the plate. Did hit a little bit of a stretch error where I guess he started getting pretty hot.
You're good. You just throw that up here.
He kind of started getting pretty hot at the plate. And I guess he kind of felt like he needed to start doing a little too much. And once we got him settled back in at the plate, like a lot of walks, a lot of hit by pitches, but just a lot of thunder at the plate. Like did a lot of damage.
I think it's obvious how Wardeman's going to pitch these right-handed hitters. He's going to throw that cutter. It's like left-handed Mariano Rivera territory right here. So if you're Davidson here, do you sneak off of the plate a little bit and maybe anticipate that pitch again? Or do you go fastball back out? No? Ooh, nice read there. That kind of threw me for a loop there, too. I didn't realize that the ball was right underneath him, but I guess, what do we call that, a pass ball because it hit the glove? It still might be a wild pitch. We'll say wild pitch.
You're nicer than me, Ron. Catcher should have caught it.
Oh, okay, we'll say pass ball it is. All right, a little bit of a mound visit here. Williams out to talk to his pitcher. I wonder if he's telling him, like, just go ahead and throw that pitch again. Like, I think he was trying to throw it there, got the palm underneath of it. Throw that cutter down and in again and just see what he can do with it. Because if he hits it, he's probably hitting it to Henson at third. I can hold your runner. I think if you're Davidson here, though, too, you still got to look fastball because the other pitch here might be the out. That's going to score one, so that's a pass ball. So pass ball, unearned run. Connor moves up on the backside.
That's what Rager was telling him. He's telling him, you're going to take this pitch right here.
See, that was a fastball. See, I think he was trying to locate that up and out. He lost it. His last two pitches, he just hasn't seemed to time up like he was on those two cutters in. So this could be a miss here that he jumps on. I think that was a miss, even though it was a good location for a 2-2 pitch, but I don't think that's where he was trying to put it. So full count to Davidson here. Again, 5-2. Still plenty of time. I'm still shocked that they pulled Carr.
Got to be a pitch count.
It's got to be Coastal's guys saying, Good AB by Davidson, so first and third. I'll bring Micah Simpson on. Micah took the K, watching the end of first inning. Another pitch and mound visit here. Any particular ABs stand out when you think about the Legion run when you went to States that year? Any AB, or it could have been Cal or anybody, but just a particular moment, big game moment on that run y'all made?
Yeah, I mean, probably the one that stands out the most would be third round against Hickory. Game 2, if I'm not mistaken. We had fell behind early in the game. I want to say the score at one point was like 7 or 8-0, and I pulled our starting pitcher. Ethan Meese came into the game. He was a pitcher for me at Tuscola High School. And Ethan pretty much just told him, said, hey, man, like, we got one of the best offenses in the state. Like, just keep the score as close as you can to where it is and just give us a chance. And next thing I know, we scored 3. We scored 3 more. We scored 1 or 2, cut it within 1 run going into the last inning. And we made a little bit of a run.
and we had runners on second and third with, I can't remember if it's 1 out or 2 outs, but Brett Baldwin, he steps in, and I just remember he hit one in the 5-6 hole, and shortstop tried to make a backhand play. He wasn't able to get to it. 2 runs scored, and we walked it off. And I think that was kind of the moment that we knew.
Oh, Baltimore chopper. Say thank the grounds crew on that one, Jackie Korn. Little hard on the ground. The Baltimore chop. RBI single for Micah Simpson.
So
walked it off against Hickory.
Yeah, we walked it off. I think the final score was 9-8, 10-9, something like that. That's actually when I thought about Cal, I was actually going through my phone there the other day looking at pictures, and I seen the celebration picture of that moment. And it was actually Cal and Brett, who were high school teammates at Smoky Mountain, and then Mason Fox, who was another draft pick, played at Gardner Webb, got drafted by the San Diego Padres. It was the 3 of them, kind of more or less. Well, Mason and Cal more or less tackling Brett on the field. So it's just one of those key moments in our season that propelled us forward. I think another big moment was Mint Hill, second round. It was actually in the midst of Cal and his commitment process after Jack Leggett had been fired from or let go from Clemson.
I remember y'all telling that story about flying down to Florida State.
He actually, we had to play in Charlotte, and so 2 days before he flew to Charlottesville, Virginia, took a visit to University of Virginia, and then was there for 24 hours. Got on a plane there, flew to Tallahassee, Florida, to Florida State, visited there for 24 hours, got back on a plane, showed up in Charlotte, drove from the airport straight to the field, got out of the vehicle, and put on one of the best displays I've ever seen. I think for the night he was 5 for 6 total. He was 5 for 6 total, and it was just amazing.
Hey, we got our first ever super chat. Thank you to the Hammer of Asheville. Is that the name? That's a heck of a name. Hammer of Asheville, $9.99. Let's go post 70. Like that. Trying to find ways, Coach. I don't know the internet. I hate it. But apparently they give you money if you try hard enough.
Now batting third baseman, number 3, Tay.
So 5-3 here.
You can make a lot of money on the internet, so let's try to do it like an ethical way.
I don't think people are into the. I mean, I guess technically, I don't know. Never mind. I'm not going to open up this conversation. Let's keep it appropriate.
All right, look at these two numbers right here.
Yeah, great viewership tonight, guys. Again, we're hoping to get 1,000 views when all's said and done. You know, we got over 100 people viewing right now. Show the link to your friends, your family.
Make it 200.
Got Tay Trantham up. Tay, one of the better uncommitted 26s in this game. He's worked really hard to get himself into a starting role here on post 70, which is loaded with committed talent. Younger brother of Bo Trantham, Bo at UVA Wise, having a great D2 career. Bo's in the house somewhere tonight. Maybe we can track him down. Tay plays for Bill Hillier over at Asheville. Good season. Actually shared the conference championship, technically, the 4A side of it. Lost in the first round to South Iredell. Tay played mostly second base this year after filling in the short for the injured Jay Sekretarski. Honestly, a little shocked Sekretarski didn't get drafted. I thought he was drafted. Like, I think that kid has pro potential. You ever watch Sekretarski play?
Pure athlete.
I was very happy to see all the high school talent drafted this year. I think the way the pros are starting to think is like, let's get these kids early before they're in 3-4 programs. You know what I'm saying? With all these transfers. So 4 players were drafted that I sent reports in on this year. Unfortunately, not drafted by my Dodgers. The Dodgers, I think I might have mentioned this on one of the other broadcasts, it was a bummer. Our area scout suffered a stroke back in the winter. So if you noticed, we struggled with coverage. The Dodgers only took 1 North Carolinian this year as a Wake Forest grad in the 13th round. But man, I'll tell you, if there's one team that's got their eyes on this area, it's Seattle. Holy moly! I mean, I'd say 1/3 of at least 1/4 of their draft was North Carolina, because they took the catcher out of Carolina, right?
Yeah, Luke Stevenson, and one of those weird compensated rounds or whatever it is, the CB +7 or something.
They're outside, they're inside.
Tay was a walk, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Let's make sure 1 HBP. So bases loaded here. 1 out, Luke Nesbitt. Again, this is Reynolds, Braden Reynolds. Braden, I believe, was a 24 grad. He's been at Mars Hill this past year. Gets the strikeout of Luke Nesbitt there on 3 pitches. Not what you hope to see in a bases loaded situation there. Got to come out looking to hunt for your zone, hunt for your pitch. It's going to bring Carson Wallace up. Carson, not a lot of strikeouts, not a lot of walks. I want to say, when we looked at the regular season stats, I want to say 3 walks, 2 Ks on the Legion season. Something ridiculous like that. So, again, heck of an athlete. Wallace, I almost want to see him play more reckless, if that makes sense. Like, he is one of those guys that makes such athletic plays when you're not thinking about it. And sometimes that routine one will get him. I almost want to, he's got a little bit of Gunnar Henderson in him when he just lets it go. And, even on the routine ball, just charge it. Go ahead and take it on the one-handed. That's his style. I think he can stick it short. I think he can make ridiculously athletic plays. I think he's athletic enough to continue to teach him how to hit. Because, again, when your makeup is 2 walks, three strikeouts, that just tells you, let's see, off the end of the bat, is that going to fall in front of Mateel? It does. 1 run in. 2 runs in. We have ourselves a tie ball game. Wasn't the hardest hit ball, but it absolutely gets the job done. Takes second on the throw, heads up base running by Wallace. So Davidson is
Second
in.
baseman number 13,
Simpson is
Reagan
in.
Smith.
Tay Trantham makes it all the way to third base. And we are back at Reagan Smith, who started this inning. So we have batted around. 10th batter of the inning. So 2 more out there. Base hit. Probably scores 2 here. Big secondaries. Say Rollins and who's our second baseman now? Is it still Talon? Yeah, Dalton, I think. Yep. So in the middle here, not holding the runner at all. So big secondaries will be able to score on a single. Again, Reynolds came in, got the K of Nesbitt. Those runs are going to be charged to Wardeman. Just out. 2-1 count, Hunter. Again, if you're just joining us, it's 5-5 game here in the bottom of the 3rd inning is the championship game for Area 4. Backside. Is that ball going to hang up? Yes, it does hang up and finds its way into the glove of Landon Jenkins out there in right field.
70 in the bottom of the 3rd. 5 runs on 3 hits, 1 error.
Oh, my. Want to talk about Braden? Let's talk about Braden Corn. So, I'm taking no credit for this, but, as far as a marketing ploy goes, technically, the first drafted player that's a Baseball University alumni, so let's not take all the attention. Just a big shout out. Western North Carolina is really proud of you, Braden Corn. Justin King, saw him post something on Facebook the other day. Here's my favorite Braden Corn story. So Braden Corn, we're down at the field probably about 1 o'clock, right? Braden, I don't know, maybe has half a day or whatever. I see this truck going like a half a mile per hour, like struggling to stay on the road up there in left field beyond North Henderson. I'm like, what's that? And the coach is like, oh, it's just Braden. He's trying to make sure I'm doing the edges right. Like, dude, Braden was like slowly, like just can't stop looking at the baseball field. This kid lives and breathes baseball. I can't wait to get on the field. When I quit teaching full time and I subbed the next year, I had a business class I was subbing for. This kid didn't do any work. He's sitting there looking up Franklin batting gloves, watching the North Henderson hype up video on like freaking repeat. Like I think the North Henderson hype up video has like 1,000 views. 800 of them are Braden Corn. The other 200 are Coach King. But Braden Corn, congratulations, buddy. I think you're gonna do it, man. I always told you were an Austin Hayes comp, except you're a two-hand finisher on the swing. 15th round, 452nd pick. Watch this kid play center field. It's amazing. He can take his eyes off the ball 3-4 times and scale that fence. Inside out swing, 20+ home run power potential. Wasn't listed on the MLB draft tracker. So congratulations for Seattle getting a find. Man, it's so crazy to see a kid grow up. You know, like I know that, again, you've seen that with Cal. You've seen that with several guys in this area, but like, you know, Braden is one of those first guys for me to truly see him grow up from like a little kid. You know, I remember him coming to North Henderson camp, 7th, 8th grade, was the best player at the camp, including the high school players. Just an amazing baseball community here. A lot of support. Jackie Korn, head coach at West Henderson, cousins to Braden. He's out in Arizona with him right now. Big pop-up here by Eli Black. Colt Nelson getting used to the outfield. He might end up out there and wing it. You know, he's played third base, shortstop, second base, and outfield for Legion this year. And he might pitch in college, folks. He's been up to 88 on the bump. Probably sit more of your 85 to 86, but got to get a little more length, I think, on his stride. He's still got kind of a short arm action. I bet you his extension isn't crazy long, but he can spin it a little bit. And the thing about Colt has that you can't teach is just he wants the ball. Like, Colt is not afraid of baseball.
You see these earlier? College Baseball Hub broke down the draft based on D1, D2, everything like that.
Well, D3 is not fair. D3 is not fair because there's 2 kids drafted out of D3. It's Keene College and MIT, but there's 20+ kids, including UDFAs, that started their career in D3. So I forget the kid's name. You might remember him or know the name. He was at UNCG, but he did 3 years with Coach Clifton at NC Wesleyan, transfers to UNCG, gets drafted. We saw a lot of that, especially in the Northeast. You remember in the Northeast, they don't have JUCO ball like we do down here. So a lot of those D3s, like especially the high academic ones, like the NESCAC and the what's the other one up there? The Presidents, maybe? I don't know, but they're D3s. They'll feed into places like Connecticut, you know, some of those top they don't feed into the Ivies. Ivy will not do transfers. Ivy's recruiting is usually done around this time. Fly ball here, right field. Michael Simpson's got a read on it. Can of corn. Ivy League is actually they're probably, if they're not done, they're probably close to being done. They're 26 recruiting because they're just strictly high school guys, and you got to think about they're recruiting across the country, so they're able to like really zone in on guys who are probably like mid-9s. If you think about it, the one kid we went up to watch Western 2 years ago, the kid at Harvard was throwing 100, and that was on a Sunday. So 5-5 game here. Nate Rollins back up to the plate. Nate is having a good game. 1 for 2. Reach on a fielder's choice. Scored a run there in the second. Again, Brady Nix started off strong. Ran into some trouble in the second. Deegan Randall has come in and working on. It's going to be 2 1/3 inning after this is. What's up?
Number 3 behind Texas and Florida.
As far as North Carolina, I almost feel like you got to, like, Carolinas, right? I almost look at it as like the Carolinas because area directors, like at least for the Dodgers, it was area director for the Carolinas, right? So it's typically, that's kind of how I look at it is, like, for example, the guy I report to is Kentucky, Ohio, Tennessee. So when you look at that, it's like, all right, well, freaking Marty Lamb,
baseman number 15.
You know, some of those guys that work that area doing really good. So West Coast, Midwest. You know, it's California dominant out there. California's got its own JUCO system. We saw NorCal play at the Whirlwood Bat when we were down there a couple weeks ago. I wrote down 2 names and sent them in. It was a catcher and a shortstop, but everybody on that team was a dog. Nice play by Wallace.
Here we go. Let's go.
So fielder's choice ends it for Henson.
For Cherryville at the top of the 4th.
6-4. How did Rollins make it? Did he walk or how did he get on?
Walk.
Okay. So Rollins having a good game. 1 for 2 with the walk, the single, the run scored. What are we bragging about?
Filming.
Prospect filming? Yes. So got with Coach Deaton the other day. We're moving the Caldwell filming to McNair Field. Beautiful field in Forest City. They got TrackMan. Caldwell's going through some upgrades at their facility. Coach Deaton's still going to help me host it. Gardner Webb, Queens, Lenore Ryan, Pfeiffer, Spartanburg Methodist, Johnson University, Caldwell, and Cleveland Community College going to be joining us. Really, 26s, this is yours. If you're a 26 right now and you feel like you ain't got nothing cooking, my golly, you better get out there and start working with us. 27s, if you're feeling good about your projection right now, seeing Lane Sharp, West Iredell, signed up today. He's a good little prospect down there in the foothills. We're looking for guys like him, guys that are already showing tools that are above average. 27s, you still got time, but, you know, it's a good time to find your writer's voice through your emails, get your information out. Let us help you. You know, that price, I want y'all to know it reflects more than just the one day. When you get home, we get on the phone, we start working together over the next couple weeks to target the right schools. Oh, Will Lindsay. You want to throw the mic at Will for a minute? Here, pass that on up. So you guys have grown accustomed to the Will Lindsay mid-inning updates.
To get punched in the mouth.
You only got, I was going to say, you got a second, so that's it. We'll get you next time.
Leading off for post 70.
Oh, yeah.
Center fielder,
I was going to say, these new mics, I think, have like 100 or so feet of distance. So we should give it to Will for an inning, one game, and I'm going to, have to put it in the ear so I can hear what he's saying.
Well, mic'd up like every single inning of the All-Star game this year.
Dude, how much did the F-bomb get dropped?
So
Every time there's a base hit, you can hear the catcher or the pitcher. Cal definitely dropped a few.
that first hit.
So, I mean, what I appreciated was like Kershaw, for example. When Kershaw was mic'd up, that's like, if you want to know like what I respect when I work with pitchers, it's what you saw with Kershaw. Those are the guys I like to work with, ones who are constantly thinking, trying to be a step ahead, trying to guess what we're calling. I miss calling pitches with you. That was so much fun. Just tracking every pitch. Like, knowing when you got a pitcher out there, like Charlie, for example, and you know what he's thinking when we're calling pitches. You know, Luca Rose, when he was dialed in that year. Like, some of those guys were really fun to call. Wells was dialed in that year. Alderman.
I just like how he's like, hold on, guys, I'm going to throw some cheese, and he's doing 89 for our fastball.
You had a couple good arms this year with Colt, Amos Rich, Mason Harrell. What pitcher? What's that? Omsler. Yep, I saw him the other day. He's a good athlete.
Yeah,
runs well. Which pitcher did you like calling pitches, or kind of that whole like mind game during the game?
I'll be honest, like Colt and I always had a good relationship just based off of the Golden Spike days. But probably
that's foul.
Yeah. Probably after about the North Henderson game, I guess it was, in the season. Me and Amos got on a really good track with each other. Had a good understanding of what I was trying to do, what I was seeing, having a good feel for what he was trying to throw as well. So it was really fun down the stretch with him.
So he did a good job. That's going to send Mateel back. He seems like he's got a read on it, stopping right in front of the wall to make the catch. Did a good job getting him to throw that change up more
this year. And that started to actually flash. Like, he's flashing that change now. And that was the big thing with him is, like, what can you build beyond the spinner? Does he have just the breaking ball?
Yeah, so he actually is a fastball, curveball, and a slider. As the season went on, we really started to showcase the slider more and more. That became like just a devastating pitch for him. You and me have talked about this. I still don't know if he's going to be a true change-up guy, circle change. I think when he gets to college, probably the splitter is probably going to become more.
Because he's really a good tilt guy on his fastball. And when you're so good at creating the backspin, you can struggle with your pronation. I struggled with pronation. That's why I actually threw that kick change. But a lot of other people will jump right
Another
to
hit
the
for
split.
Nelson.
I don't know if Colt told you, but he was mad that I couldn't find a sponsor for Caldwell series, the second round. He's like, I only hit when you show up. And I'm like, well, just pretend the camera's always on you. Great post-game interviews, Colt Nelson, by the way. We might do a few today. I say we didn't do it at the season finale, but we might get out there and do some post-game. So Colt having a good game, 2 for 3 with a single and a double, RBI and the run scored. 2 good swings here to start the inning, though. Brown sent Mateel all the way back to the blue boards back there.
Great.
So look for one of these next 2 hitters here. If something gets left up, we might see ourselves another extra base hit here. Again, I think this is Reynolds still out there. Or do we switch pitchers again? What number are you seeing on this? Is that number 8? Nelson, pretty liberal lead out there. Yeah, this might be it. I can't see this kid's number. I think we might have ourselves another new pitcher. Nelson fakes going. Ball low. Good take. Man, Evan Connor can take a pitch. I mean, to me, that goes into the hit tool grade. I think that's overlooked a lot of times when we're evaluating youth or evaluating high school talent. We're focusing too much on swing and exit velos. Like, when I do my hit grades, since I get to see these kids play a lot more than like the showcase scene people, I put a lot into just how they work the count, knowledge of the zone. And Evan Connors, he's got a plus hit tool right now. Power's there now too. Still more pole side.
Yeah.
But he uses. I mean, he can use the whole field.
When he is going really good, though, you'll see a lot of balls drove to right center. Talking about Evan right here. This is one of my favorite hitters to watch.
Oh God, Caden Davidson. I think he's got pro potential.
Yeah.
Like 100%. Looks like his brother. Like Hunter made the comment earlier. He looks exactly like his brother, except right-handed. Like as far as the stance is set up, it's like looking in a mirror. Were you here at the game where he batted left-handed? Oh, they were crushing somebody. He got in there left-handed and just smoked the wall. Like just, I mean, I was like, what should we be doing this? And he's like, I could, but like, yeah, think about it. I see, if I hit better right-handed on the hole and I'm seeing righties most of the time, like you don't want to be in the box left-handed that much. So number 6, I think that is. Okay, so we do have another pitching change. Good Lord. 4th pitcher tonight. And then this is Eli Newsom. This was the rare 2024 grad that didn't go to play in college, but still comes back to play Legion. So Newsom, Eli Newsom. So again on the night, Kellen Carr goes 2. He's dominant. Wardeman comes in. He's only 1/3 of an inning, gives up 3 runs, only 1 earned.
Reynolds comes in behind it. Well, no, those runs came in and they were tacked onto his. So I think it's 5 runs, 3 earned for Waterman. Reynolds now. Oh, Lord. So strike 3 swinging, but Nelson able to get under the tag. Let's catch up in the box here. So Connor takes the back.
Right fielder, number 15, Micah
well.
Simpson.
So it's up to Mike Simpson here to see if they can get the lead with 2 outs. So again, Reynolds at this point now he's at an inning of work. It'll be an inning and 2/3. Excuse me, inning and a third, inning and 2/3 when this is done. Actually, no, Reynolds was 2/3 of an inning. It's all over the place. So I need more interns. The mound visit here. So Simpson on the day, 1 for 2, had the big Baltimore chop single in the 3rd, scored a run. Yeah, that draft was interesting. It was a lot more high school players than I thought were going to be taken, and I'm glad to see that. I think it has to be frustrations with player development the last couple of years is my guess. My guess is these pro guys are getting these college guys have been in 3 different systems. That's just that probably breaks an arm. You know what I mean? Over time, like if you don't have the consistency in your process. I saw a lot of D2 taken this year, so I think that's promising as well. JUCO, I thought there'd be a little more JUCO taken this year, but I think JUCO is really just a launching pad for D1 right now.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, looking at those numbers that y'all posted up, I think it was 70%, 79%, something like that, D1. What I would like to know is how many of that percentage actually played the other levels prior to that.
Yep.
Because that's kind of the
another thing I want to see
grand scheme
also
that you're seeing now.
Yep. The other thing I want to see is the position breakdown for the levels, right? Like, is it a higher percentage of pitchers that are taken from D2 than position? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there a certain? There's a backside base hit by Simpson. King Clutch comes through, 2 runs in. Both the Tuscola boys motor in. And that is 3 RBIs in the evening for Mr. Micah Simpson. Told y'all. Fall behind 5-0. Just got to trust your bats. So second run of the game scored for both Connor and Nelson.
Now that's current with no talking about playing all the levels.
Like where they came from.
Now, if someone could do that with the levels, that'd be great. Like really.
And I would want to see the breakdown of not just D1, but D1, mid-major, and Power 4, and then I've noticed that more pitchers usually come from the mid-major than the position guys. Position guys usually got to go prove themselves at Power 4. The LR shortstop got drafted last year. So, I mean, D2, sometimes you just identify athletes, and then you go watch them play somewhere like the Cape Cod League or one of the higher-level collegiate summer leagues. I kind of feel that trend's coming back in 3-4 seasons. I've been trying to be the Nostradamus of college recruiting trends the last 4 or 5 years here. And I think the next one that we're going to see happen is in 2, 3, 4 seasons. Kids are just going to be done with transfers. They're going to be like, you know what? I made friends. I like this coach. I got a girl. I got these credits, whatever it may be. And I think you're going to see more of the dominance of the summer leagues again, like the Cape Cod leagues, allowing those kids at the D2, D3 NAIAs to get their pro shots again. I think we went D1 heavy for a few years, where it's like you got to go D1 or they're not going to find you. But one thing you saw is all those people that fought to get D1, they're now 24 years old. They're not getting drafted anyway because they don't. Everybody comes in on a 3, 4, 5 year plan. You can't be drafted at 24 years old and be expected to make it when you're 28, 29. It's just not feasible for trying to build an MLB team. So Tate Trantham goes down swinging. Let's thank our official bat sponsor. Again, they were our headline sponsor during the high school season, Camwood Bats. Wes Helms texted him the other day. That coupon's getting pushed more than I thought it would be, man. So thank you to all the people that were using the BBU or was it BB University WNC? Or what's our coupon code?
BBUWNC.
BBU WNC. All right, BBU WNC. That's the coupon code. Haven't done it in a while. It's been a week.
Yeah.
But thousands of dollars of sales have been made using that coupon code. You get 10% off. Mitchell, you work there. Tell us a little bit about the torpedo bats. Is it already a dead trend?
It's slowed down a little bit. I think when it first came out, oh my gosh, seems like that's all we were making. I think within probably the first month, we probably anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 customized torpedo bats. We still see quite a few. I'd say on a weekly basis, we're probably still getting anywhere from 200 to 300 of them, but it has slowed down. It's definitely the hot trend right now.
I mean, you guys make beautiful bats. I've copped into the shop many a times and just seen all the color schemes. I still wish we could find the time to see y'all put together just like an expose of all the high school colors and their bats.
Oh, yeah.
We talked a little bit about trying to put a stand up at each game, but like it's too many man hours, But I think if you kids out there listening, just know you can do a custom bat at Camwood. You got Bob Lewis League coming up, the Fall Wood League, Wood Bat League. If you're at Madison, get a red, white, and blue. If you're at North Henderson, get the purple and gold. If you're at Tuscola, black and yellow.
Yeah.
Okay, black and yellow. It's a fine product and the science that goes into it. I remember Helms was saying that you guys are pro approved now, so it can be used in MLB. And then I'm not going to get into this too much because I know it's kind of like hidden information, but some of these teams are so into analytics they're actually looking into like the density of the bat and just little statistics on how the bat is made and how that correlates into the game and whatnot. Which again, that's probably where the torpedo bat came from. Mateel, left-hand, or as Hunter likes to call him, left-handed Evan Gatus with a hard line drive into right field.
Move a little bit faster.
First baseman number 20, Tucker Sigmund.
No batting gloves. Steady, tall, quiet stance. Evan Mateel is a lot of fun to watch. He's heading to Francis Marion next year. Good D2 program, South Carolina. South Carolina, right? Francis Marion? Yeah.
Swamp Fox.
I coached the Marion Swamp Foxes a couple years ago at Big League Camp in the Old North State League. They no longer exist anymore. I apologize. That was one of the hardest places to try to draw a crowd, though, because if you've ever been out to Lake James, it's a hike. And when you're trying to, I pitched an idea early in the season. I said, if y'all get a beer truck, I bet we can get fans. No beer truck, no fans. So that was the end of the Swamp Foxes. Wow. Okay. We'll look at the replay. A little shout out. I don't know if he's listening tonight, but Ruse Wagner, former pitcher for the Marion Swamp Foxes, played at University of Missouri St. Louis. Really enjoyed coaching him. He was hired as the pitching coach for Wisconsin Lutheran D3 school the other day. D3 ball, very good in Wisconsin. Hunter might pull it up again, but Wisconsin got a lot of kids drafted. Wisconsin has really good baseball, but only one D1 program, Milwaukee Green Bay. And then they have the state system. So UW Whitewater, UW Stevens Point, UW Stout. So their D3 baseball is prominent up there because state school money. Somebody was pitching in the Orioles-Rays game the other day that graduated from UW Whitewater. I know Jordan Zimmerman years ago was a first-round pick out of there for the Nationals. Or no, for the Tigers. No, National? Yeah, it was Nationals. They went to the Tigers and got awful contract for them. Again, thank you to Hammer of Asheville for the super chat tonight. I think, what was our goal? 5 of them. So if anybody else listening out there, you want to throw a tip down, you like the coverage. Again, we're trying to find ways to bring in revenue without charging. A lot of people mention that we should charge for this broadcast, and I refuse because we want to make this completely free for the college coaches. Micah Simpson, talking to him this past week, he said this broadcast was very influential in his decision because he said the one night it was Wilmington, East Carolina, and Charlotte all tuning in to watch. I know Anderson and a lot of other schools were able to tune in earlier to watch Jordan Brown.
You got him.
Oh, the shift?
Yeah.
I got to go switch it here mid-inning?
Probably.
Okay. I can do it from the inside, though, you think?
Yeah,
okay.
Just move it. Have fun with that.
Man, I've been having fun today. This is like first game. We're in like the 6th inning here and haven't had any, or the 5th inning. We haven't had any technical difficulties. Yes, knock on wood. Not sure where that one would miss. Deegan Randall doing a good job getting ahead. I will say one thing Randall's done a great job of this summer is just getting the 2 strikes.
Awards for closest one this year.
All right, so when I hop up there, you're just going to have to give me the thumbs up. Swing, drive, left field. That's hooking, foul. Oh, might be near our vehicles. A little ricochet. So again, Tucker Sigmund up here, 0 for 2, K and a fly out. 7-5 is where it stands. And still, I mean, you know, again, I ain't making excuses or nothing, but the Kellen Carr kid stays in the game. We might have ourselves a little bit different in the score. Randall gets him looking.
Right fielder number 26, Landon Jenkins.
So Jenkins up for a 3rd time. Jenkins having a good game, single and a double, 2 for 2. Jenkins, the West Lincoln graduate. So Deegan Randall looking real sharp tonight. And I thought Nix's stuff was good. Nix has done a really good job keeping his composure all year. You could tell he got a little rattled in that 2nd inning. Decker with the quick hook. Again, Caden Davidson's able to make that play clean in that inning. Does Nix find it? Does he relieve a little bit of pressure? But, you know, that's just baseball. It's never really one, you know, you can't really ever point to one player, one moment all the time. It's a collective. And collectively, they've stormed back 7-5. That ball's going to get away. Wild pitch. Well, again, hoping to get post-70 Junior Legion started next year. Again, hoping to run as a hybrid team. I think the way I'd love to see it run is if you're an underclassman, you make Senior Legion, so be it. But using Junior Legion almost as an up and down based on who's earning it. And when we go do these tournaments or barnstorming events or go into the fall, you just get all the underclassmen together, same team, you know. I think that age group's probably more important for the college recruiting, you know. Senior Legion and Junior Legion, there is some draft, you know, I think Junior Legion drops off a little bit right now just with the depth of the programs. Like there's some struggle in Junior Legion, but if you can make Junior Legion just as competitive, I think that's actually your college recruiting level for the most part for the age groups. 2-2 count here. Again, another 2-strike count for Randall. Hook, got him. Back to back, K's looking. I'm gonna run out real quick. You take it.
Second baseman number 1, Talent Dalton.
Dalton 1 for 3 today. It was a single and a run scored and a strikeout. You're going to see how many jobs I have when he goes and takes radar. It's like, keep up with the book, keep up with the cameras. Try to commentate.
Hey boy, good pitch.
Shutdown inning would be big here for the Cardinals. Evens it there with the high strike.
Mid-high eights, A6, A7. That one looked a little harder. My thing too, though, at this age, like I don't care about the velo that much. Still, that's what I love about Micah, man. Micah still is pretty much what 82, 84. He can dial it up when he knows how to dial it up, and he's smart. He knows he's like I will do that when it's time, but like you don't want to sacrifice your style, your ability to attack, control the zone, just because you're chasing a number. I mean, how many kids did we see, even just in the 1 year at Christ School, who have access to a lot of the training, come in with these big arms, but they don't know what to do with them, and then we got to settle them down. I mean, heck, you showed me the really good, the 1, 2, 3, 4, breaking down all the scaffolding of, pitching, right? And then I would always have them do the control game. I would make them throw their bullpen starting at 15 feet, just go slow and connect. If you talk to most college coaches, they'll tell you that these are the best athletes they've ever seen, but they're not baseball players. And that's the difference. If you go back in the 80s and 90s, it was better baseball players, but we were throwing 85, 88, in D1 baseball. All right.
100 at the top of the fifth. No runs on 1 hit, no errors.
Was it only the one runner that made it, Mateel? I didn't miss anybody there, did I? That was Dalton. Okay. Let's see. I mean, that's the thing. Like right now, I know you, with like a lot of your work with. Oh yeah, let me go fix that.
Ryan goes fix the camera. Tell you about our social media one more time. Want to stay connected to Baseball University of the Blues across all the platforms. Like and subscribe on YouTube right now. Got a lot of viewers in chat tonight. A lot of views, a lot of people tuning in. We appreciate y'all so much. So if y'all can stay connected, that'd be great. Like and subscribe while I help Ryan here. Trying to point him in the right direction. So hold on, folks. Reaching out, touching you. And we got it as he's climbing down the ladder. No OSHA violations. But yeah, like and subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/@BBUniversityWNC. Like us on Facebook, Baseball University of the Blue Ridge, and follow us on X and Instagram @BBUniversityWNC as well. Appreciate you guys for staying connected with us. Check out the website as well, baseballu.org. Talk about social media a little bit.
Social media, I hate it. Let's see. I will say, if you're listening and you're not following the Facebook page, maybe get a follow. I think we're like 15 away from 1,000 on Facebook.
Well, if everyone right now watches.
I will say, as much as everybody loves the YouTube page, I don't know how to get people to subscribe to it. Like, that thing is a caterpillar. It just drags, It's like, I think we're up to 700, but man, Twitter is my favorite thing to communicate on, because that's where the college coaches are. I think they make a lot of the profile companies like obsolete. Just have a good Twitter account.
I will say, after being in this industry and like having the page and like needing followers, there's been a lot of like, when I go on there, it's like, oh, I'll support a content creator now. I'll go follow this golf page. I'll go follow this baseball page. So I'll go subscribe. I'll go help them out, hit a like button, because normally I don't do that. But if it's something I really enjoy, I'll do that. So y'all should do that too.
I think the big thing too is like, and this is what I respect about our area, even all the way down into the foothills, like we're just old school. We don't, and we're small town, like we don't love social media.
Small town, top 25.
But again, like Patreon, the social media, like again, the super chat tonight, again, huge thank you to Hammer of Asheville. Like, could you imagine if like just every game we did, like 10, 20 of those came through? And, we've been really transparent. We've told a lot of folks like, hey, this is what we're spending the money on. And
that amount's going to a new iPad.
That is going to be the biggest purchase before next high school season. And if it's not an iPad, it's going to be learning more. Oh, that's going to be an E7 out there. I think it's Eli Black trying to make the shoestring catch there. That's going to allow Luke to make it. Nice job by Luke Nesbitt, too, running the whole way out the box, makes it second.
Shortstop, number 2.
But yeah,
Carson
either an
Wallace.
iPad or just relearning the whole thing through the hardwire system, which, again, that's going to be like giant spools of Ethernet cord. But I think that's how they do all the football games, like with WLOS. It's the big TV vans. We're living in the year 2025. We're sending people to Mars, but we still can't get a great, clean internet connection at West Henderson High School, essentially.
Between the haves and have-nots is ridiculous with the technology commitment.
So Wallace tries
We're
to put the bunt down. Say, if you're giving yourself up there, you got to get squared and recognize that pitch. But he was approaching it more for the hit. Showed late. It's up around a little above his letters there. It's a hard pitch to put down. 1-1. I mean, I like a bunt right here. Reagan Smith puts the ball in play. He's not always a guy that's going to rattle the fences, but coming up behind Wallace, you got to run around third. Smith's probably going to be able to get that run in. Well, 1-2 count. We saw Henson still squaring with 2 strikes earlier in the game. We'll see if Asheville. I know, right? I don't think rarely do you see a successful bunt when the barrel's below the handle. Not impossible, but pretty dang hard. Good take. Say Wallace, again, if it's near the zone, he's usually swinging. Puts the ball in play, high contact rate.
straight up.
I think we still have Newsom out there on the bump. Swing and a miss, goes to the heat, gets him swinging. So 1 out here.
Second baseman, number 13.
And again, Newsom graduated Cherryville in 2024. Listed as uncommitted. Not sure if he wants to play. Maybe he's a blue collar guy, just playing some ball for another year. I mean, I'd say his arm's mid-8s. Got a little heat on him. And again, if you know this kid in the chat and I got my notes mixed up and he's playing somewhere, let us know. We do a lot of research before the game, try to look through the rosters, make sure we know where every player's from and where they're going. I believe this is Newsom, number 6, which was listed on the scorecard. Reagan 0 for 2, did reach on an error in the third and scored a run. Nice pickup at short by Rollins. Is he on the bag? Yes, he is. So nice pickup, gets the out. Nesbitt's able to read the play and make it to third. Is that kind of an excuse me swing there?
Yeah. Number 4, Jordan Brown.
It's Rollins, the shortstop there with the quick hands. Jordan Brown 0 for 3 today, so he's due. Jordan's done a good job out of the leadoff spot this year, led the team in stolen bases. Hunter just looked up Newsom's stats. What was it, 3-1 on the season? So he's 3-1 with 2 saves and a 3.30 ERA, so good numbers. He's definitely getting some ugly swings here from the Cardinals. A couple of excuse me swings. Strike 1 there to JoJo Brown. So again, after a 5-0 start to this game with Cherryville, Asheville comes storming back. Nice track there by Dalton at second base, able to haul it in for the final out. 7-5 here, heading into the top of the 6th inning. I believe Deegan Randall will be back out for another inning. Let's see. All right, so speaking of crowdfunding, again, Patreon. If you're not familiar with Patreon, is a crowdfunding website. We're trying to put up content there. We're going to be starting our podcast here soon. Just trying to put up fun content throughout the year that's available only to our patrons. Different memberships, all the way from $1 to $100. You pick which one that you are comfortable with. Every little bit counts. Like I said, our buddies in Balsam Range do a radio show on Wednesday, and 45,000 members all pay $1. It's a good way to make a living, and you can do a lot of good things with that revenue out here in Western North Carolina to keep growing the baseball opportunities. So again, go to patreon.com/BB University WNC. More revenue, we can make more things like the college tour series that we did this past spring, the streaming series for high school, the American Legion streaming series, weekly media content, highlight films, playoff projections, and more. Choose which tier is right for you at patreon.com/BB University WNC. And again, we want to thank our headline sponsor tonight, Four Seasons Property Enhancements, out of Silva, North Carolina, but serving Western North Carolina. They stepped up this week and said, hey, heard you needed a sponsor. Let's make it happen. Well, they're benefiting. This is probably going to be the highest viewed broadcast that we've done yet. If you hop on their website or go to the Facebook or Instagram, you can see all the landscaping, hardscaping, and backyard projects that they've completed. Sounds like they want to bring your vision to life. So look up Four Seasons Property Enhancements today. So again, thank you for the sponsorship. Couldn't be doing it without you. So Zane Williams here going to lead off in the sixth, doing the catching. 0 for 2, excuse me, 0 for 1, reached on a hit by pitch in the second inning. New pitcher, Micah Simpson. Micah, your recent Seahawk commit.
18 or number 9 catcher Zane Williams.
UNC Wilmington. So been a long summer for Micah Simpson figuring out his college future. Mixes from that crossfire arm slot so well with the fastball, changeup, curveball. Love to see the metrics on release point and extension. Has a little bit of that left-handed Hideo Nomo to him. Picked up by Smith for the 4-3. As sure-hand as you can get out there.
Left fielder number 18, Eli Black.
Start calling him Hoover. Just always seems sure-handed. Reagan Smith. Reagan a Milligan buff, playing for Coach Skylar Barnett, Coach Taylor Davis. Good coaching staff out there in East Tennessee. NAIA baseball. Swing and a miss here from Eli Black. Eli, part of that Crest High School team that won the Big South in 2025, 26 grad. Pop fly here. Tay Trantham back, but nope, it's actually Carson Wallace that's going to call it. I always love the little flutter of the glove. You know, he always gets that glove fluttering. I hope he's consistent with it. You know, sometimes these pitchers will do little things like that, and then you can kind of tell which pitch is coming. I've noticed a couple times in the past, like you find that pitcher always taps before a curveball or something. Number 9 hitter here, Eli Webb. Eli 0 for 2, reached on an error in the second inning. He hit that ground ball to Caden Davison. They threw home wide, so maybe a fielder's choice technically. Changed up the pace there, Simpson did. More of a slide step, quick move, quick pitch. 1-1 count. Yeah, I think he just has a couple different looks. You know, he'll stop and flutter at the top. He has that quick little pace, and he just has his normal delivery. I think he's just messing with your timing. Good idea. Just a little low slot out of the arm there. Big pitch coming up here, though. So this would send it into the bottom of the 6th here, giving Cherryville only 3 outs to work with. They're top of the 7. Big bounder here. Nice play by Wallace. Hard throw. Oh! Good attempt by Davidson on the scoop there, but it's going to be a base hit. I want to be nice here. Nice play by Wallace. Tough play in the hole there in the backhand. I don't feel like we have a lot of true shortstops in Western North Carolina right now, but I think Wallace is probably the closest to it. A lot of our shortstops, like Braden Corns, was a shortstop in high school, center field. A couple shortstops here in high school: Tay Trantham, Colt Nelson, Reagan Smith. These are all guys that play shortstop for their high school teams. I don't know. I'm thinking around the area. We got any true shortstops, that really have that true feel to it right now? I'm not sure. So we got some good underclassmen coming up, though. Ty Acock, catcher out of Inca, been very impressive. Henry Tatura, I know you're a big fan of Henry in that 28 class. But I don't know if we have any big-time shortstops coming up through the pop fly to center field. JoJo Brown looks like he's got a read on it. Going deeper than I thought, all the way to the warning track, step in front of it maybe. So Rollins, some good swings on the evening.
No runs, 1 hit.
1 for 3 with the walk, single, and a fielder's choice scored a run. So quietly having a good game. Heading into the top or the bottom of the 6th, it's going to be top of the lineup: Jordan Brown, Colt Nelson, and Evan Connor. Oh, we're going to talk about the recruiting advising? We should. A lot of families lost out there in the process. We offer recruiting advising for 30 players in each recruiting class. I think we have 22 or 23 in our 26 class. For some of y'all out there that need some extra guidance, please reach out. I've seen some programs up there upwards of $10,000. I don't think y'all need to pay that much. Our program and our prices are very reasonable. Give us a holler and we can quote you. You do need to be vetted for the recruiting advising program. So if I haven't seen you play before, we're going to need to talk to your coaches. But chances are I have seen you. And as long as you're realistic, I think you could be a good candidate to work with me. So give us a holler to learn about our prospect filmings and our recruiting advising, especially in your 26s and 27s right now. Well, with one game and already having a guaranteed, it's like you're probably just getting everybody work. This is this Coach Graves' son? I think this is the one kid I really liked a couple weeks ago. He's a 28 grad. Yes, Tyler Gates. He's at Lincolnton, who struggled a little bit. Coach Gates is his father, head coach at Lincolnton. He's one of the assistants over here. This kid threw against Asheville at Cherryville, and he's got stuff, man. He's already mid-8s. And you were talking about the benefit of Legion through player development. Like Henry Tatura, for example. Like Henry, play Legion next year. You're going to be playing against college-level players. So this Gates kid, a rising sophomore, is playing against several college commits tonight, playing with college kids. The pace of the game, much faster. Jack Lyda is a good example. Jack Lyda, when he was coming up, he was playing travel ball with guys like Colton Lauder and Dylan Blackwell and Swanner, it was Gavin. Yeah, like guys that were 3-4 years ahead of him.
Now pitching for post 100.
There was a kid that when I was growing up, I was a basketball player too. Hung out with a lot of basketball kids, and there was a kid in the neighborhood who's like, when I was in high school, when I was a senior in high school, he was probably in 5th grade. But this kid's name was Kevin Swecker. He always came out to all our open gyms, practiced with us all the time. If we were playing pickup, it'd always be us older kids and this little kid. And he ended up being really good. And we were picking him before high school kids, and he ended up playing D1 ball at Longwood. So my theory is like, always play up if it's too easy for you. It's my biggest pet peeve with travel ball is like, everybody's playing 27s in a 27 team. Everybody on 2018, you're playing in your column. You're not getting challenged enough. So, anyway. Colt Nelson with a swinging bunt here. This is going to be some trouble. He's quick down the line. No throw. So, after a hard double, a hard single, he gets the swinging bunt here in the 6th inning.
12, Evan Connor.
Colt Nelson working on a 3-for-4 evening. Already has 2 runs scored in the RBI. Stole a base. Yeah. We do want to thank Poppies. They were a good sponsor for us, but I feel like we tapped out every business in Western North Carolina. So we apologize for not having second round coverage for you. We did first round out of pocket. Had somebody ask the other day, like, why don't you just volunteer? It's like, we would love to. And again, we did volunteer for round 1, but between Starlink, paying for the switcher, paying for gas, trying to keep Hunter around and keep him from a much better paying job, we need revenue. Baseball.
I did put in an application at one major media company. So.
ESPN?
Yeah.
They're not cool anymore. Although I will say I really enjoyed the ESPYs. If you hadn't watched the ESPYs yet, Shane Gillis, excellent intro. Comedy is alive again in America, and a great tribute to Norm Macdonald in that opening. And again, a lot of people don't know this, but I did stand-up comedy for 5-6 years when I lived in Baltimore. Did it until Buncombe County didn't let me do it anymore when I first moved here. Holy cow. Thank you, Buncombe County, you PC sons of guns.
I will say this, if you've been watching, like, Sunday night, or not Sunday night, whatever they call it, American Night in Baseball on Fox recently, the last few years, it's been, like, kind of going off the deep end, and
it's not good.
I feel like they're losing a lot of viewers, and me and one of my friends were complaining a lot about the beginning of the All-Star game, and we're like, really?
Home Run Derby coverage, like the split screen was terrible. The split screen's terrible. I hate the split screen.
I like the analytics version on ESPN.
The ticket number is 9801.
But I did enjoy the 7:15 for 7:15 for the Hank Aaron thing. That was cool how they did that, and there's a behind the scenes article at Atlanta News Network about it. That's really cool.
It was a good game. I like the way that the All-Star game ended is how the Home Run Derby should just be. That's how it was when we were growing up, because you could breathe in between. You feel like you're drank 40. When you watch the Home Run Derby, it feels like you just drank 40 cups of coffee. Like, you're like, what is happening? It was baseball.
Can we address the elephant in the room? Why was Jazz Chisholm in the Home Run Derby?
I'm glad it happened. I hate the Yankees. The memes were great.
Did you see Rooker's tweet?
Nah.
In response to Jeff Hassan? It's like, why was it this and Rooker instead of Aaron Judge, Cal Raleigh, and whoever? And Rooker's like, what, you don't like me?
As much as we love Cal, what do you think? Should there have been a swing off between him and Rooker?
The point. You know how much of
is that for the inch?
Half inch.
No, that wasn't even a half inch.
It should have been a swing off, but and again, this ain't Cal. This ain't Cal. This ain't Todd. This ain't T.
Number 10.
But ratings.
This is the best. This is the best clip. Not clip, but photo from the Home Run Derby.
I like my favorite one I seen on. I will say Instagram. I think T and I follow each other. I hate Instagram because when you open up Instagram, it just shows you some dumb prom thing or what. No, it was the one that popped up the other day was T and the girl, the famous. I don't know. He was some good looking.
Livy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't pay attention. I don't know who she is. All I just saw was like, okay, whatever. I'm a married man. I can't be, knowing these things. But when I seen the picture, I just started dying because I didn't know who it was, but I just knew. I'm like, this boy. And his buddies right now. And because the thing about that's a swing and a drive to deep center field, and that ball is gone. The con man, Evan Connor, with his 47th career home run at this field. That might seal it, folks. Asheville strolling towards maybe their first outright championship since 1929. 2-run home run scores Colt Nelson. Second time that both those boys have scored on the same hit together this evening.
First baseman, number 20, Caden Davidson.
They both came in on Micah Simpson's double in the fourth. Caden having a quiet night on his standards, 1 for 2 with a walk and a single, but that could change quickly. Again, we didn't see a lot of Gates there, did we? One batter. So it was a swing and bunt by Colt, and they took him out. So I'm guessing there had to be an injury or something there. Single in the 5-5 hole. You know what I'm saying? Was that his only batter?
Yeah.
So he had to
I
maybe
think it
be.
was just the lefty-lefty matchup. Try to get to the righty stuff. I mean,
Gotcha. Back to the loogie
not
days.
gonna question Bobby Dell Reynolds, all-time winningest coach.
Pitcher number 15, Micah Simpson.
We had his stats the other day at the Cherryville game, like his win-loss record. Apparently, there was one season where he had to go coach at Gastonia or something. I don't know, he pissed off the Legionnaires for a season like 30 years ago and had to go somewhere for a minute. I don't know.
Yeah, he told me the story back when I was coaching, but I can't remember exactly how all that went.
Again, who's our new pitcher here? What number we got? 14. So Johnny Holstaff for Bobby Dell this evening, and this is Colin Chappell. So again, the Mars Hill commit. A lot of talent up and down both these lineups here. 9-5 score. Davison takes off. Big man can move, steals second base. So 2 for 3 evening. 2 singles, the walk, and the stolen base, and a run scored. Again, Caden Davison at Gaston College next year, but I'll be honest, I think he's got a D1 talent right now. It's just a hard market. Like really good junior college baseball is the D1 right now for a lot of these kids. I had a D2 coach tell me the other day a D2 is now their D1, but I think the issue that you have, and a lot of kids are starting to find this out, is if you go D2 or D3 and then you try to transfer, if you don't have your associate's degree, you're probably going to lose a bunch of credits, and it's just not economic, and I think if you're going to, if you really want to see how far you can take it. Oh, yeah, Coach Gates just said it was a lefty-lefty thing. He texted me. So thinking like a pitching staff from the 1990s there, Steve Klein. You remember him? Jesse Orozco. Remember those guys? They come in, they get the one out, and that'd be their night. What a career. You know what I mean? Can you imagine like 60, 70, 80 appearances a year? Hey, we need you to come and get these 2 batters and then go drink a beer, have a shower, So again, no injury to Gates, just the lefty-lefty matchup. Thank you for clearing that up, Coach Gates. Again, 3-1 count here to Micah Simpson. Big day for Micah. 2 days ago, announced his commitment to UNC Wilmington. Hunter, you remember first, we'll see if this ball gets fielded. Oh, big old bounding ball. 2 Baltimore chop singles for Micah Simpson today. Do you remember the left-handed hitter we saw for Grace Christian and Matt Murchison? He hit that huge bomb. He was 2 for 2 in that game with like 3 walks. They stopped pitching to him after the nuke. Kind of looked like a Dylan Beavers, like almost a little Kyle Tucker swing to him. I sent his stuff in. Like I think he's got pro potential, but he's going to Wilmington. He'll be playing with Micah next year. That kid was an insane center fielder. That game, nothing fell. Like he caught everything. So Simpson, Murchison, that'll be a good left-handed. He's got Luke Root.
The Brewers because
shocker, Coach Wooten. Yep.
Yeah. Woodard is it? Too many
Charlotte.
Carolina guys.
So Roop was one of 4 players. I've seen 4 players get drafted. I turned reports in on. One was Korn, one was Cannon Piquel, who got drafted by the Marlins 20th round. One was Roop, who went to the Brewers in the 17th, and the other is Meridian Lefebvre. Remember that French name? I sent his stuff in too because do you remember talking to him at the end of the game? Like he just looks like Aaron Judge, like prior, you know what I mean? Like that big body. I'll tell you who I'm going to turn in is the Reggie Marshall kid too, the shortstop for them. That's the 28th that was committed to Louisville. That kid looks like he's got a lot of baseball movements. Yeah, so Gaston Christian, who was Meridian Lefebvre, was the first ever draft pick out of Gaston Christian, which kind of surprised me. But there'll probably be more with Devin Lowry coaching there. Devin, former Major League Baseball player, I believe. And, well, again, I think everybody's kind of waiting to see who gets the South Point job, too, because that is where Devin Lowry graduated from. But you know just as well as I do, if you have a good private school job, why would you ever go back to public school, I mean, I hate to say it, guys, but for you kids out there, you have to put pressure on your public schools to let coaches do their job. When we were at Christ School, I mean, you can just coach and you got all the access to the facilities, and you just don't, I don't know. I'm not saying Christ School is perfect by any means. I'm not saying that Asheville Christian or Gaston Christian or any of these private schools are better per se. It's just when you look at TC Robertson, you look at East Rutherford, they have a thumb on the school to make sure that baseball coaches can be baseball coaches. So strikeout. Tay Trantham having a tough game, 0 for 3 with the walk and 3 Ks today.
Hayes Hilliard.
Still first and third here. Hayes Hilliard pinch hitting for Luke Nesbitt. We're big fans of Hayes Hilliard. We call him Triple H. Hayes hits, Hayes hustles, Hayes hard-nosed. We really like Hayes Hilliard, man. He had the catch of the year, robbing the Putnam kid in the Shelby game a few weeks back up against the wall. Micah Simpson takes second base without a throw. Hayes heading to NC Wesleyan next year, play with Coach Clifton. Jackson Pavone, post 70 teammate, will be joining him. Coach Clifton, man, great program, NC Wesleyan. Again, I forget the kid's name, but Clifton had him for 3 years at Wesleyan, went to UNCG and got drafted. So again, D3 works. Had about 20 or so players that played Division III baseball that ended up getting drafted. Only 2 drafted out of D3. It was the MIT kid in the 7th round and somebody out of Keene College in Jersey, I believe. And then the other 20 or so, there's a hard hit up the middle. 1 run in. Let's see if they send Simpson. Brakes are put on. Oh, nice read by Hillier there on the throw home. He'll go to second with the ball bouncing away. Simpson scores. Hillier all the way to third base. So RBI single. Scores Davidson. Micah comes around on the I guess is that E8 technically, I guess, from the throw from center.
Shortstop, number 2, Carson Wallace.
So 2 outs, one out, runner on third. Got a crooked number building here in the 6th inning. 11-5. Only 3 outs away from the first championship and state playoff appearance since 1929. I don't think anybody is alive that witnessed that game. They would have to be over 105 years old to have any recollection of that game. So the umpire here, I think, we get hit by that pitch.
Well, Sourfield, that's the guy that threw me out in the playoff.
Oh, yes. Good way to go out, though, you know.
Yeah.
We'll see where Mitchell's coaching next year. I've been bugging him. He knows that I want him to coach this Junior Legion team, so we'll see how many people are listening that know that would also be a good choice. We'll start buzzing his phone. Got some good phone call. I've had 2 really good 27-28s tell me they're in if they do it. One of them's mother works with you at Camwood, so We're hoping that they're bugging you every day. The other one was a Tuscola up-and-coming shortstop that probably going to take Colt's place next year.
Landry.
Yep. And then I need your help with Henry. Talked to Amos today. Unfortunately, he's got a report in June next year for Chapel Hill, so I don't think we're going to see Amos Rich play Legion ball. It's a bummer. We'll see. Maybe we can call Chapel Hill and see if we can take him on loan for a couple months. That's kind of why I'm surprised the Carr kid's here. Because Coastal, you know. Now, that's the other thing, too. Some of y'all might have been following the whole DSA title that they're giving kids, Designated Student Athlete. It's kind of the loophole. It's a little pop fly foul here. It's a little loophole. It's allowing coaches at the opt-in D1 schools to keep more than 34. So if you have a DSA title, you don't count against your 34, but kind of means you're essentially still trying out. You could open up the door for red shirt. If you get cut, you could still stay in the program and work. And if you do get cut, it allows you to get picked up by other teams without counting against their roster. But a lot of y'all that are D1 guys, in this game or other games that you're watching out there, there's 25, 26 grads who are committed to D1. You guys got to ask if you have a DSA title, because if you do, you're still probably trying out.
Second
You
baseman,
know, and that's okay in this market.
Smith.
Rare strikeout there at Carson Wallace. That might only be his 4th or 5th K of the year. So leaves it up to Reagan Smith here to extend the inning. I don't know if I'm going to bother with this pitching box score tonight for Lincoln or for Cherryville. To be honest, I'm done. It's like a third of an inning, 2/3 of an inning. The Gates kid, you know, they have the swinging bunt, so he's technically got a 0. You know. Again, big crowd here at Mills River. For anybody that's watching this replay later and you were at the game live, we thank you for coming out. If you noticed in our pre-game marketing, we started off by asking you to come to the game first. You know, like we appreciate all those that stayed home and tuned in. But again, we want people to show up. And next week, start getting your tickets ready for Cherryville, Buck Fraley Field, 5 days in a row. If you're a big baseball fan, maybe look at the hotel prices down there. And Reagan Smith's guys one. Can of corn from Mateel, and that is the inning. 8 come to the plate.
4 runs on 5 hits on 1 error.
Say the first 4 batters all reached, but it was pretty quick after that. Again, let's thank our bat sponsor. Again, we got Mitchell Whitener here with us this evening. Works at Camwood Bats. If you are getting ready for the Bob Lewis League or any fall tournaments, or you're just a hitter and you know that hitting with wood helps you develop that barrel control, then you need to get on camwoodbats.com and check out the trainers, the tees, the game bats. They have tutorials, they have gear, just merch. Any purchase you make on the website, if you use the coupon code BBUWNC, you get 10% off any purchases through the website. The trainers made famous by Tony Gwynn. I still always remember the day at camp a couple of years ago at North Henderson camp when I was shocked. Do you remember that day? I thought you were standing right next to me when Justin King brought in the young man to talk about the dangers of dipping and cancer. And he's like, "This is what killed Tony Gwynn." And I was like, "Tony Gwynn's dead?" Like, I don't know if it was a what do you call it, a Mandela effect or something for me, but like, I swear, that was one of the best moments of my life is when I went to the Hall of Fame induction for Cal Ripken and Tony Gwynn. That was back in, I think, 2005. But me and my buddies, we drove up to Cooperstown, got a campsite, right? And it's probably 2 a.m. And I'm like, screw it, let's just go now. So we loaded up our car. We drove to the actual Cooperstown, like the big field and everything. We're sneaking in. The police stop us, right? And we're just like, oh, dang, sorry, we didn't know we couldn't come in. We're like, just go put your stuff down. So they let us go in. It's a huge field. We put our stuff down. And we just realized that, like, there's no way that these guys are going to find us out here. So we just, like, bunkered down. You know, we're in our early 20s at this point, you know. So, you know, had a cooler. Just going to leave it at that. The whole night just chilling, kind of hanging out. You know, the Hall of Fame's next day. We fall asleep. We wake up the next day. I fall asleep. There's nobody. When I woke up, 100,000 people around me. I'm talking people were like, I don't know how I missed this, you know. You go to bed, nobody. I wake up. It was the Hall of Fame. 100,000 people around us. Like, people got their little picnic blankets right next up to us and everything. I don't know how I slept through that, how 100,000 people snuck up on us. But, man, what a great Hall of Fame ceremony. I'm from Baltimore, seeing Ripken get inducted, you know, seeing Tony Gwynn get inducted. Like, just we need more Tony Gwynns. What's the guy, Luis Araz?
Yeah.
I think he's kind of the closest thing we've seen to Gwynn in a while. I think that's coming back to Major League Baseball soon, high contact rate. I think we're going to see 320, 330 hitters again sometime in the next 5 years. Trends are, it's what's beautiful about baseball is a lot of these, it's just the ebb and flow of everything. So, again, power heavy. Everybody's trying to lift the ball, hit home runs, but I think getting on base, high contact rates, making pitchers throw pitches. We're starting to see a little bit of that college game sneak back into the pro game. Well, final 3 outs potentially here. So we already got 1 out. That ball is smoked by Mateel all the way back to the fence and tracked down by Jordan Brown. How did Henson get out?
First baseman number 20.
The first batter?
F9.
F9. Sorry, so 2 flyouts here, 1 out away. Again, we thank you all for joining us tonight. 11-5 is our score as it sits, unless there's an incredible rally.
Stay tuned for
we're going to do some post-game interviews this evening. We'll get out there.
Balsam Range before that.
Yep. So Micah Simpson's come in these last couple innings have been just dominant. Great job by Deegan Randall to come in and relieve Brady Nix there. Deegan worked I believe it was 3 1/3 inning for Randall. All scoreless. He'll be your winning pitcher tonight. Backside here, his game ain't over yet. So there's a base hit by Sigmund.
Right fielder number 26, Landon Jenkins.
So 4 Ks on the evening for Randall. He only allowed, I think it was the double. No, it was 2 hits. Mateel had the single. I don't think, and again, just continues to fill up the zone. Only allows the 1 walk. So 0 earned runs, 2 hits, 4 Ks, 1 walk. What a play by Trantham, but that ball is going to sail wide. It'll be a single, and then an E5 on the throw to allow the runner to go to third. So single by Landon Jenkins. Good game for him, 3 for 4. And then the
Second
E5
baseman,
allows
number 1,
Sigmund to advance. And again, these 2 final innings have been strong here for Micah Simpson. Still got to get 1 more out here before it's official. Big game for Coach Decker and staff. I know Coach Decker, he's been coaching Legion ball a while. Was Coach Decker, was he the Hendersonville coach when y'all were?
No, J.D. Henson. J.D. Henson, and then
Peg?
No, what is the gosh, his name's left me, the assistant at DC pitching coach.
Oh, I know. That's on time. I forget the name. You're right. Simpson delivers. Swing the drive. Okay, this game is over. So 2 putouts in the, I was going to say 3 fly ball outs here. 2 hits in that final inning, but final score is 11-5. Both these teams are heading to the state playoffs. Again, that starts Friday next week down at Buck Fraley Field. All games to be played at Cherryville. 8 teams total in the state championship. We'll see how far this team can take it. If they can win states, then it's regionals. Regionals, I believe, are held in Asheboro. After Asheboro, it's Shelby for the World Series, and we'll see how long these guys are playing. I hope our D1 guys don't get the call earlier. That'd be awful. But anyway, this could be the spark of something here, because if Post 70 rolls, we start Junior Legion, maybe Haywood County, maybe Henderson County reopen their post here in the next couple years. But in the meantime, we're going to put on Balsam Range and do some post-game interviews. Mitchell Whitener, appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Hey, man, if we get down to states, we'll get you back on the broadcast. I'm ready for Balsam. Okay. Hold on, buddy. Hey, how are you doing? Yeah.
Here's to the trains I missed, the loves I lost, the bridges I burned, the rivers rivers I never crossed. Here's to the call I didn't hear, signs I didn't heed, the roads I couldn't take, the map that I just wouldn't read. It's a big old world, but I found my way from the hell and the hurt that led me straight to this. Here's to the trains I missed. I've been a clown, I've been a fool, and I pushed on every chance. I searched far and wide to try to crawl out of God's hand. But there's stones I didn't throw, and hearts I didn't break, and the little hope I held on to with a silver shining thread of faith. It's a big old world, but I found my way from the hell and the hurt that led me straight to this. Here's to the trains I missed. Here's to the place I found, the love I know, the earth and the sky that I call home. And here's to the things I believe, bigger than me, and the moment I find myself right where I'm supposed to be. It's a big old world, but I found my way from the hell and the hurt that led me straight to this. Yeah, it's a big old world, and I found my way from the hell and the hurt that led me straight to this. Here's to the trains I missed. There's a sorrow in the wind, blowing down the road I've been. I can hear it cry while shadows steal the sun. But I cannot look back now. I've come too far to turn around, and there's still a race ahead that I must run. I'm only halfway home. I got a journey on to where I'll find the things I have lost. I've come a long, long road, still I got miles to go. I've got a wide, wide river to cross. stumbled, I have strayed. You can trace the tracks I've made all across the memories my heart recalls. But I'm just a refugee. Won't you say a prayer for me? 'Cause sometimes even the strongest soldier falls. I'm only halfway home. I got a journey home to where I'll find the
Good, man.
Well, first I got to announce this is the first time I've come like right to the right spot, so that's good. What's that? Yeah, we got to thank Four Seasons again. Your cousin.
Yeah.
So again, Four Seasons property enhancements. Like again, anybody out there who's ever sponsored, we appreciate you. It makes this happen. Colt 3 for 4, hit 2 missiles and then a swing and bunt. Scored 3 runs. Making some good plays out there now. Feel getting acclimated. What's the emotion right now? Because again, since 1929, no one was alive the last time Asheville actually went to states. So what's the emotion in the dugout right now?
Feels good knowing we got a special group. We got a lot of talent. So I don't know. It's almost like we expect to be where we are right now. So we're just going to continue to move on.
5-0 there early down. What happened in the dugout? Who's talking? Who's the leader?
I think we're all pretty much leaders. We know what we got to do and what we got to fix. So we held our composure and got back to work in the bottom half of the inning. Went right back at them.
Well, you said when I show up, you hit. So we got to find some sponsors for this.
Oh, no. I got you. I got that covered.
Well, hey, Mitchell was on there tonight. We were talking a lot, so I think you're going to enjoy this replay.
Awesome.
Go have some fun tonight, man. Take care. All right, send the next boy over. All right, we'll make it quick. You guys got some celebrating to do. Good game, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Congrats again on Wilmington.
Thank you.
Shouted you out tonight. It's 5-0 early there. One criticism that a lot of Western North Carolina teams have had in the past is like showing up when it's time, right? When you guys flip the switch. If there's one program that does it right, it's TC Robertson. Down 5-0 early. You and Kate in the dugout. I'm not saying it's you guys, but what's the vibe? How's everybody getting focused down 5-0?
Yeah, tough first couple innings, especially for me. A few rough plays in the outfield, bad at bat. If there's one thing TC's taught me, it's how to respond. Cool thing is once you get the momentum flipped, it usually stays with that team. And kind of learning, hey, if you get down early, it's not necessarily a bad thing. If you flip it around, it can be a good thing. And our bats did that right there. And then arms coming in, shut it down. That's the biggest takeaway is bats got going, arms shut it down. Momentum stayed on our side.
I was going to say, came out, looked sharp. 2 innings, right?
Yep, 2 innings.
Yep. So pitching tonight. Thought Nick's looked fine. It's just have a rough inning in there. Randall steps in. What did you feel coming out his final 2 innings? Did you feel like it's just time to end this thing? Like, where was your mind coming out for that 6th inning?
Yeah, I think throw strikes was what I was thinking about. Obviously, they're swinging the bat well. They had a lot of barrels tonight, but any team this late in the playoffs is seeing it well. So I felt throwing strikes gives us the best chance. A few runs, and then I think we had 6-run lead there in the last inning. If I throw strikes, we win it. If I walk a guy or two, then we could be in some trouble. So just throw strikes is kind of what I was thinking about.
Well, your college commitment's over. It's time to breathe. It probably feels really good.
It does.
And now you can just enjoy the last month of baseball. When's your report date? When you got to head out?
I believe it's August 17th or 18th.
All
so
right.
I got right about a month.
So we got to win that World Series first.
Got to win it first.
And then we'll send you to the beach.
For sure.
So
They love
mountains to
Legion,
the beach.
so,
Holy cow.
We'll actually see a few of those guys, too, in states from the Wilmington team. So pumped for that.
That is interesting. You are going to see some future teammates there.
I think 3 or 4 of them.
Hey,
Appreciate it. Thank you.
See you soon, man. We'll see you next week. Evan Connor. I've been trying to come up with a good nickname for you. I've been calling you the Con Man. I feel like that almost sounds like devilish.
Evan Goner.
But Evan Goner.
Yeah, I like that.
Evan Goner. It's official, folks. We were joking about you, me and Mitchell, here when you hit the dinger. I think my call was like, and that's his 47th career home run at West Henderson. What is it about here? Is it the backdrop? Like, why do you get so dialed in at West Henderson High School?
I don't know. I guess maybe the backdrop. I can see the ball good. It just flies good here. I like it.
You've known a lot of these guys. You played important games against and with some of these guys in the dugout. Anything different about this win?
I mean, we were down 5-0 in the second inning. I think we were like all bummed out that we made a couple errors here and there. Just whatever. And it just like it shows a lot about the team how we just bounced right back and put a 5 on the board the next inning. So.
Well, it was definitely Evan Goner on that hit. Were you looking at anything particular there?
I missed the first fastball. That was my pitch. I should have put that in the trees out there, but yeah, I thought he was going to go back at me with a curveball, but then he went fastball again right over the middle of the plate, so I just smashed it.
Hey, you're dialed in, man. Let's keep it rolling. We're 5 days in a row at Buck Fraley Field, so you just beat them. Now we got to go back down to their place and keep winning.
That's right.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
See you next weekend. All right, lastly, what are we going to call you? The fireman? Post 70s guardian angel? You know what I'm saying? Brady Nix looked good. Had good stuff. He was 88 to 90. Tough inning there, a couple errors in the second inning, but you just came in, and I think your final line, let me make sure I got this right. Again, one thing you've been doing so well this year is getting the 2 strikes, right? So your final line, I think 3 1/3, 2 hits, 4 Ks, 1 walk. I mean, that's very evident. Just getting ahead, pitching to contact. That's a lot of pressure to walk into. Where was your mind as you took the mound?
I was just trying to get out of that inning, kept making errors, and then we came out, scored 5 runs. And I was like, well, new ball game, 0-0 start, like fresh start on the mound. And I just tried to get us through it. We started scoring runs, kept going.
What's the key to getting 2 strikes? Like every game we covered that you pitch, it's just 2 strikes, 2 strikes. Like,
I just try and attack as early as I can.
Is there a particular pattern, or again, I ain't trying to get too much away, but like just a feel, or just
whatever's working, whatever Ev's calling, I'll throw it.
Dig it, man. Well, it was 86 to 88, I believe, tonight. Again, look good, look fluid. I know high school we had a couple injuries this year. Still feeling good, feeling locked in.
Yep.
You're looking like a D1 pitcher, and that's why you're heading to Colorway next year. Do you feel that Leach has been doing a good job prepping you for the D1?
I feel like it is. Facing good teams like that.
Yeah.
I mean, championship ball games is fun.
They start straight chart. They won the whole staff. I guess they're getting ready for next week too. But you're at their place for 5 days in a row. So make some noise, man. Congratulations. Thank you. Pitcher tonight, Deegan Randall. We'll see y'all next time. Again, let's thank 4 Seasons Property Enhancements one more time. These broadcasts are not possible without our sponsors. We're going to try to cover as much of the states as we can. I think they're there for 5 straight days. Not exactly sure the whole bracket, but we need some sponsors. Start reaching out to us if you want to get behind us for the states. Again, Post 70, your first state appearance is 1929. You'd have to be 110 years old to remember the last time. So this is history in the making. We'll see you next week. Thank you again. 4 Seasons Property Enhancements. For Hunter Street, I'm Ryan Cook. As Baseball University of the Blue Ridge, Legion, streaming.